Good. All right, Shalom. Shalom. We Hebrew Israelites out here in Tampa Bay, Florida. Back at you again with another lesson through the spirit and power of Yahweh, Ba'ashem, and Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Ba'akadosh. Double honors to our elders and apostles at GMS, Great Millstone, who rule and teach well. Salutations to all you brothers out there that push this word of truth and sincerity, week in and week out, day in and day out, without wavering in the sound doctrine. Shalom to any sisters that may be listening as well, too. And let's go ahead and bring that out real quick.
Khan, this is the book of Revelation. The book of Revelation, chapter 1, verse 3. It says, "Blessed is he that readeth, and they that hear the words of this prophecy."
That's right, blessed is he that readeth. Readeth what? Read the newspaper? I mean, yeah, you can read the newspaper and get an understanding of what may be going on in the world. But really what it's talking about is reading the Holy Scriptures. Read it again.
Blessed is he that readeth,
right,
and they that hear the words of this prophecy.
Right, those that hear the word of the prophecy. And the Scriptures always talking about those that have ears to hear. Okay? Which everybody has ears and they can hear, but the ears to hear is talking about the understanding of these words. So if you have an understanding of the words that are written within this book, then you are indeed blessed. Alright? Because this is a mystery onto the world. But only certain people in this world have that true understanding.
Blessed is he that readeth. Blessed is he that readeth, and they that hear the words of this prophecy, and keep those things which are written therein.
Just keep those things which are written therein. So you keep it, you hold fast onto it. All right? Yeah, because we can read it and understand it, but if you're not doing what the book is telling you to do, the Lord's not going to keep you. The Lord's not going to protect you in that day of calamity that's about to come. And we see all the shit that's happening out here in the world right now, so we understand that day is actually nigh. It's close to on hand. So if you're not blessed, you don't have the true understanding of the Scriptures, and you're not doing what the Lord's asking you to do, then guess what? You're not going to be kept in that day. You're going to be destroyed. Okay? Oh yeah, I'm sorry, just one.
It says, "And keep the things which are written therein, for the time is at hand."
Read it again.
And keep those things which are written therein, for the time is at hand.
That's right, because the time is at hand. All right? We're in those days right now. This is not a time to really be lollygagging. This is a time to really gird up your loins, all right, and keep a watchful eye on what's going on out here. Because it's going to take you as a thief in the night if you're not paying attention. Reading these scriptures is going to beef you up a little bit, you know, for the times that are about to come. Reading this is going to help you gain that knowledge, wisdom, and understanding which is needed. All right? Good.
This is the book of Isaiah, chapter 13 and verse 6. How ye for the day of the Lord.
33 and 6.
33 and 6? That's a lot.
This is good. Yeah, man. We need all we can get while the Lord is giving us liberty to get it. We need everything we can get. So we're going to get it, and we're going to continue on, whether, if it's reading, whether it's fellowshipping, whether it's, it's praying. We're going to do everything we need to do to keep ourselves online for salvation.
This is the book of Isaiah, chapter 33 and verse 6. And wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of thy times, and strength of salvation.
Yeah, knowledge and wisdom shall be the stability of thy times. That's what's going to keep you stable in a time of calamity. While everybody else is out here going crazy, running around like chickens with their head cut off, we're going to be stable. We're going to know what's going on, why it's going on, and what's going to happen next. So we're going to be all right. Knowledge and wisdom shall be the stability of thy time, and faith of salvation. Go ahead.
Isaiah 33 and 6, finishing off, it says, the fear of Yahweh is his treasure.
The fear of the Lord is his treasure. Yahweh is his name, okay? And us that hold on to that fear of the Lord, that's the only thing we have fear in is the Lord. Because otherwise, if something happened, to us, or something's going on out there in the world and we don't have fear of the Lord, we have fear of man out here, then guess what? The Lord's going to send man on you. But if you have fear of the Lord, then the Lord's going to protect you. That's your Father. That's our Father, who art in heaven. Okay? Get Revelation 3 and 10. Yeah, man. Because in the time that's about to come here, if you want the Lord to keep you, bro, you gotta be given back to the Lord. All right? Because there's gonna be a lot of temptation out here. There's gonna be a lot of distractions out here to take you off the track of righteousness. And you're gonna watch it, you're gonna see a lot of people be taken. We seeing it right now, we see it all the time. We see people get taken left and right by temptation, by the distractions that the Lord puts out here in front of us, by the way of Esau, all right, the physical counterpart of Satan, all right, the so-called white man, all right. The Lord is making him do all the shit he's doing, all right, the good and the evil. Go ahead.
It's Revelation, the book of Revelation, chapter 3, verse 10. It says, because thou hast kept the word of my patience, I will also keep thee from the hour of temptation, which shall come upon all the world, to try them that dwell upon the earth.
That's right. So it's going to try everybody on the earth. That when that RFID microchip is brought out, it's going to try everybody on the earth, not just us. Everybody's going to be tried with that. All nations, whether you rich or poor, free or bond, you know how the scripture goes. All right. So if you're not stable, if you don't have any kind of stability, what's going to end up happening? You're going to be taken by those temptations. You're going to be taken by the distractions, and then the Lord is not going to keep you. He's not going to defend you in the day of calamity. All right, and we see it coming, but you don't see it coming. We're trying to tell you. We're trying to show you. All right, by the way of the scriptures, by reading the scriptures to you, and if you have ears to hear, you will understand what he's talking about. Read the next verse.
Verse 11. Behold, I come quickly. Hold that fast which thou hast, that no man take thy crown.
That's right. Hold fast to what you have. Meaning the understanding that you've received while you had liberty. Hold tight on. When it says hold fast, that means hold tight. Hold firm onto it. You fasten your seatbelt. All right. Hold fast onto what you've been given. This knowledge, wisdom, and understanding is very precious. This is not anything to take lightly. This is anything to shun off. Because you know you're an Israelite. There's a lot more to it than this understanding that you're an Israelite. There's much more to the game. Because there's a lot of people on this earth that know they're Israelites, but when that time of calamity comes, when these nations come over here and invade America and all the horrible things start happening, Jacob's trouble, you think the Lord's gonna have your back? No, he's not gonna have your back. You ain't done nothing for him.
Hey, if I may add real quick, you had in the time of the Messiah, you had them that sold them up knew they were Israelites. So knowing you're an Israelite don't mean anything. All right?
Say that one time, brother.
I said when Yahushua was on the scene, those people that gave him up, they knew they were Israelites. So just because you know you're an Israelite don't mean a damn thing.
A lot of people, they're just comfortable with that. You know, okay, yeah, we the Judah, we the 12 tribes of Judah, you know, but they're not doing that for the Lord.
And those are the unwise virgins that took no oil with their lamps. All right? That just knew that they were Israelites. And they was cool with that. Those are the unwise virgins. They just, I'm an Israelite, I'm cool. They took no oil with that lamp. Just took that lamp and just kept going. You know?
Yeah, they just took the lamp. They didn't fill it with oil, not considering that the oil that they have already in the lamp may run out. Okay, that's why you see brothers, you know, specifically the Great Millstone. You see brothers continually out there trimming their lamps. All right, so brothers have been doing this for years. Like non-stop. Yeah, men out there doing this for over a decades. Okay? Non-stop, just every week, every day, serving the Lord. Make sure they doing something for the Lord. All right? Well, just knowing you're Israelite, that's not doing anything for the Lord, bro. Okay? Go ahead, bro.
Hey, going right into what you're saying.
Yep.
This is the book of Revelation 14 and 12. Here's the patience of the saints.
Quote it again, up.
Revelation chapter 14, verse 12. It says, here's the patience of the saints. Here are they that keep the commandments of the Most High and the faith of Yahushua.
That's right, behold, the men that keep the commandments of the Heavenly Father. All right? And Yahushua. They're here on the earth right now. They're made examples right before your face. But you choose to misuse the prophets, ignore them, or talk shit about them. And eventually you're going to persecute them. All right? And it's all written. So brothers, they understand, or I should say we, Lord willing, we those men, we understand that these things are going to come upon the earth and we're all going to be tried. All the men that are serving the Lord are going to be tried in different manners. But you know what? We have faith in our Lord that he's going to what? He's going to get us through it. All right? He's going to give us the hell, and then we're going to be able to get through the hell and come out what? Shining like, gold, Ophir, that fly shit, that Ophir, like this
The
glistening.
choice silver,
choice
silver,
gold.
choice gold.
You know, like if somebody see a whole table of gold, they be like, I want that one right there.
The best of the best.
Yeah, that's us. You know, Lord willing. But we have to get through this first, and we have to get through the shit that's about to come after this. Because this really ain't shit. This is the next.
It's easy.
Yeah, this is
It's
the next
easy.
thing. The
Yeah.
shit that's gonna come right now is gonna be a little rough.
It's easy to be vexed.
Yeah.
Easy.
Wake up, Vex. Ask this brother. This brother Vex all the time. You know, we you know that's this part of the game. You know, to be pissed off. You know, that's why we're not violent enough. We just mad.
We just
We can't-
angry.
we-
Angry.
Yeah, we angry. You know, is it a sin to be angry?
Surely make a wise man.
Yeah, Ecclesiastes 7:7. Surely oppression will make us a wise man mad. So we oppressed, definitely oppressed out here. We can't do what the Lord's will.
Yeah, exactly. We can't execute His judgment. That's why we're oppressed ultimately. It's
Yeah.
not because we're poor. It ain't because this and that. It's because we can't execute the Heavenly Father's law. That's what makes us oppressed. The other people see themselves oppressed because monetarily,
Right.
you know, carnal things. We can't. We see ourselves oppressed because we can execute the words of the Heavenly Father.
Yeah, we could get in trouble for executing the word of the Heavenly Father. We can get arrested, put on death penalty, and all that by executing the word of the Heavenly Father. That's oppression. What are you talking about? We can't do that. We can't do Leviticus. You can't. What do you mean? It's against the law. It's everything is turned upside down in this world. That's oppression. That's why we upset. We angry, but we don't. We ain't out there committing no crimes and none of that shit. So if they want to try to persecute us, you know what I'm saying? They ain't got no evidence on that. Go ahead.
This is the book of Ephesians, chapter 6, and verse 17.
Yep.
Ephesians 6 and 17. It says, and take the helmet of salvation and the sword of the Spirit, which is the word of the Most High.
Read it again.
Ephesians 6 and 17. And take the helmet of salvation and the sword of the Spirit, which is the word of the Most High.
That's right. That's what we're using. That's our defense. Okay? That's what we're using to protect ourselves. The sword of the Spirit. All right? We're not out here picking up Esau's blessing. That's gonna do us no good in this day. All right? That's why you see all these other people out here that call themselves Israelites. They're cleaving onto that because they don't have the sword of the Spirit. They don't have the Spirit ain't with them. You know, the Spirit ain't dealing with none of these cats out here. The Lord is dealing with a certain group of people on this earth, and it's getting more and more clear who those people are. I don't care what you got to say about it. It's getting real clear who those men are on this earth. It's like it's painfully obvious at this point.
If I can, mention this real quick, it's something very simple. For people just out there wavering from camp to camp, listening from this camp to that camp, because you see it. You see different people on different comment boards, then they all confused. Like I seen a person that always come on our channel. They ask a question, maybe you comment back and give them the answer. Then I watch another video.
That's the same question.
Yeah, from some other guy, and they, like something like Japhet. Oh, I thought Japhet was no. You said it's like you saying white man is Japhet. I thought Japhet was Esau. Always taught that, and I'm like, but you on my channel asking different questions, but now you wonder why you so damn confused. Cause you going to people that's all bugged out, listen to all these different shit, man.
That's why the scripture tell you, be not giving unto them that meddle with change. You're paraphrasing.
Yeah.
And that Japhet shit, you just get that from the white people.
That's
who
Esau,
say
yeah.
Females, going into, you go into the hieroglyphs,
Yeah.
Japhetic people. The white was like considered female or male. Either
Right.
they were white
Yeah.
or dark, so they would color some people white, which would, I think either they're female or male, but it was distinguished from female to male.
And they get also they get it from Europa because they say, oh look, well Europeans are white, so
Yeah.
Japhet must be white then. Europa,
exactly.
Then when they
Europa,
look at the
you
art,
know what I'm saying?
Then they look at the art and it's like, well, see.
Yeah, oh shit!
Exactly.
Wait a minute, it's black people though.
And then they'll read
Exactly.
something like,
Yeah,
then they'll look at the what you call it,
the relics.
they'll go into the
Icons.
Bible and they'll see the Medes and all that, like see because they're saying because the Russians are up there that they're actually Japhet. That's not what it's saying.
So,
Yeah.
they go on and ask certain stuff like that, then they all bugged out. But, just real quick, just a simple thing just happened in Iran. Who's the first people to fucking make videos on it?
Nah, see.
Us.
Yeah,
You don't see
great wisdom.
IUIC. You don't see ISUBK making videos correlating what happened in Iran and prophecy. You don't see that, bro. Who's the first one to jump on and let you know going to the scriptures? Great Millstone. You understand? That's a clear example right there. Who got this
Prophets are.
prophecy? Exactly.
Watchmen.
The spirit of Yahushua is the spirit of prophecy, man. Just want to say that real quick, man.
real
Mother
talk.
Camp's not reporting on that. Oh shit, that's according to Revelation such.
They
and
talking
such.
about bulletproof vests
Yeah,
and
bro,
shit.
like,
It's still on that shit.
They
Yeah.
have no vision. They're dumb dogs. They can't see. They can't warn you of what's to come because the spirit not on them to understand the scriptures fully. Go ahead. I
Straight
just
up.
wanted to make
No,
that-
that's a good point, man. Yeah, because go to those folkies and all that. Go to their page. They're still talking about what we was talking about a month and a half ago. Trying to
Debate.
yeah, you know,
Hey,
shit.
they
man,
ain't,
we
they
dropped
ain't
that
on no
shit.
level, man.
Yeah.
Like
That was
Pastor
the
Hart
favorite
always
week.
says, man, there's levels to this thing.
Yeah.
And
That
now
was
the Lord, Salakia,
No, you good.
the Lord is really exposing the levels to this thing, man. Because, like the brother just said, here it is, we talking about the prophecies, what's going on right now. These niggas talking about shit that happened 2 years ago or trying to prepare you for a bulletproof vest and shit. Come on, man.
Trying to defend themselves, but it's okay to do that, man. We forgot about that. We're not even worried about that no more.
No prophecy just
yeah.
took place.
Yeah, did you see what just happened?
What scripture you want to prove it?
You
Come
know,
on, bro.
Like,
from Old Testament to
Yeah,
New
two-
Testament.
yeah.
You know, go ahead.
Matter of fact, you read that scripture there. That would,
This is Hebrews 4, the book of Hebrews, chapter 4, verse 12. For the word of the Most High is quick and powerful and sharper than any two-edged sword.
you see read it again to the top.
Hebrews 4 and 12. For the word of the Most High is quick and powerful.
Okay, the brother, you know, he just read Ephesians 6 and
Hey,
17.
real quick, let me just go back there because we
Yeah.
started 16 because you was talking about that bulletproof vest. We're going to roll into that.
Okay, yeah, bet.
And this is Ephesians 6 and 16. Above all, taking the shield of faith, whereby you shall be able to quench the fiery darts of the wicked. Going into the shield of faith, not bulletproof vest, man. All right, that's a lack of faith, man. All right, going to verse 17, and take the helmet of salvation and the sword of the Spirit, which is the word of the Most High.
ain't that one?
You see that? Yeah, you see that? You know what I'm saying? Because that's the with the shield of faith, the sword of the Spirit.
A little too hard,
Okay,
brother.
that's what that's
late,
that's.
bro.
What, no, I ain't looking over there, man. I don't want to get in trouble.
Hey, I'm walking by faith, brother, not by sight.
You brothers on the camera don't know what we're talking about, but you know,
Inside, we say
it's
inside
inside joke, man. But back to what the brother was reading, man. You know, the shield of faith and the sword of the Spirit. That's what we're working with. We're not dealing with actual shields and swords and guns. You know, we're not dealing with that. Okay? No, the Lord has given us the increase to understand this, the truth, the mysteries of the Bible. And it builds what? Our faith up. And that's what's going to defend us, like we read in what you call it, 33, Isaiah 33 and 6. That's our defense. Where'd you go, brother?
Still playing.
Oh,
but-
it's a lot. It's a lot. It's a lot.
Read it again.
Only one that
Read it again, brother.
Fine, this is the book of
That's one
Ephesians
under.
6 and
Daughter.
17. Let's start at 16. Above all, taking the shield of faith,
Hold this bump, son.
wherewith you shall be able to quench all the fiery darts of the wicked, and take the helmet of salvation and the sword of the Spirit, which is the word of the Most High.
Yeah, and that's sword of and the helmet of salvation too. Okay. The helmet of salvation. See that? Everything is likened onto those carnal things, but these are all spiritual attributes that we're gaining, and that's what's keeping us. True. That sword of the Spirit, that helmet of salvation, that shield of faith. Go back to that.
This is Hebrews 4. Hebrews chapter 4, verse 12. For the word of the Most High is quick and powerful, and sharper than any two-edged sword.
Any two-edged sword. The word of the Lord. The word of. That's it. That's all we need, bro.
Bro, that's spiritual. What Esau's blessing was. So, this sharper than
It's
his
sharper than
sword.
that. It's sharper than
It's
that.
sharper than Esau. Esau can't deal with this. That's why he coming at us.
That goes to show you the right hand side of it.
Exactly.
And y'all wanna hold fast onto that? Yo, we good, bro. You know, we're gonna hold fast onto this, cause that's just gonna get you killed. Cause the scripture even say, you live by that, you die by that. All right. So we good over here with that. All right. You know, brothers who got that stuff for their personal protection, that's one thing. But we don't flaunt that. That's not. Come on, bro.
Yeah, technically you're not going off by having it, but it's not expedient because Peter in the scriptures had one. That's why he was able to slice that ear off.
It's a tool.
But what did Yahweh tell him?
Yeah, live it by the
To
sword.
put that sword up, because he that live by the sword is gonna die by the sword.
Precisely.
So it ain't time to be, defending ourselves with a physical sword.
No.
We got the sword. They're like,
Yeah.
read again.
Yeah, read it again.
We got something that's sharper than any sword.
This is Hebrews 4, verse 12. Hebrews 4, verse 12. For the word of the Most High is quick and powerful. Quick and powerful. And sharper than any two-edged sword. And sharper than any two-edged sword. Piercing even to the dividing slacket. Asunder of the soul and spirit, and of the joints and marrows, and is the discerner of the thoughts and intents of the heart.
Hey, Khan, going into that, twofold, man. You see the so-called attack out there? I think this one was in like New York. The second one, with homeboy with the machete.
Yeah,
New York.
Right? See, we understand these scriptures, man. All right, the sword he so-called had, man. Yeah, it physically hurt. You get hit with, a physical sword, right? But you wind up healing from that, man. All right, yeah, you bleed out a little bit, you heal from that, but bringing out these here scriptures, man. All right, you got Edomites losing their fucking minds right now, man. Jumping off of buildings, losing sleep, all kind of shit, man. Bugging out, going on killing sprees. Hey, you had that one Edomite drove 2 hours to go kill some goddamn Jake, man. Lo and behold, he probably came across the same truth, man. All right, that's not a physical wound that you get on your flesh. It's like, oh shit, I'm leaking out right here because I got shot, but all of a sudden, you know what I'm saying? I got, my spirit is cut.
Go ahead.
That's the spirit.
Go ahead.
But the spirit has got you cut all the way down to, piercing even to the flesh, dividing you asunder, man. You cut all the way
Soul
down
and
to the
spirit.
core.
Oh, yeah.
It's soul and spirit.
Yeah, dividing the soul and spirit, man. All right, that means, hey, man, you all the way cut to your main character, man. It's like something that, you can read something to somebody, all of a sudden they act like, oh, that don't faze me or whatever, whatnot. But then you see them physically shaking, man. You see them, you know what I'm saying, doing, like people who drink or whatever, whatnot. Let me get another shot. Damn, why you picking up drinking? Something bothering you. You know what I'm saying? Hey, that's what it means. You be cut all the way through, man.
Yeah, well, because we've seen it, man. You can beat somebody up. They're not going to tell you the things, or they're not going to react in the same way when you cut them with the scriptures.
Right.
You cut somebody with the scriptures, the demons are going to come out. You beat the hell out of somebody with your fists, they're going to move on with their lives. But you cut somebody with the scriptures, their life changes forever.
It's stuck with them. It's stuck in their spirit. Their flesh is fine, but you just wanted their spirit.
Oh, is that where you're going?
Yeah.
Okay,
You got it.
The back, Brother Dawdab. Proverbs chapter 18 and verse 14. The spirit of a man will sustain his infirmity,
Go ahead.
but a wounded spirit who can bear.
Read it one more time.
Proverbs 18 and verse 14.
Yeah.
The spirit of a man will sustain his infirmity, which the brother Dawdab just said. You can cut a man and he can heal. You can cut him with a sword and it'll eventually it'll scab up and he'll start healing back. But continue reading. But a wounded spirit who can bear.
A wounded spirit that you could live 100 years, but when your spirit is cut, there's no healing that.
And what's the only thing that can wound your spirit? The
This
word.
This word right here. The words hurt, man. Words hurt. A lot of words, whether they of the spirit, the scriptures or just in general.
That's what I was gonna say. They got that saying, "Sticks and stones may break my bones, but words may never hurt me."
That's a lot.
They didn't take count the words of the Lord. Because them words will not only hurt you, they will destroy you.
Yeah, they can cut very deep.
Did not the Lord say that the Lord said he gonna put his words in Jeremiah's mouth as
we're gonna-
fire?
we gotta-
Okay, con.
Easy now.
Yeah. Jump in the head.
Spoiler alert.
Teaser.
Teaser. Yeah, but I thought, but you was talking so. But,
It don't matter. Go ahead.
but go ahead.
Proverbs 27, verse 17.
Get that.
Iron sharpeneth iron, so a man sharpeneth the countenance of his friend.
You see that? So iron, which is likened unto what? A sword, right? But so does what? Read it again.
So a man sharpeneth the countenance of his friend.
Yeah, so a man sharpeneth the countenance of his friend. All right? It is word. We use this when you go back and forth with a brother, teach you, or maybe you do need some spiritual healing, okay, or whatever the case is, and the brother brings out the real tool. okay, and then it sharpens you up.
And how does the brother? Because when you sharpen iron, you sharpen it with it's like a block or with another sword. So what is going to sharpen us? The words of the Lord. We going back and forth with the word.
That's right.
That's how we get sharpened up.
And
You can't sharpen yourself up. A knife ain't gonna go onto the wood and sharpen itself up, man. You gotta have another like metal, so to say.
Exactly. It has to be like metal. It has to be on that same, texture. Right?
And speaking of what the brother's saying, like, you can't build yourself up because, hey, you can be reading scriptures and have your own understanding about certain things. Like, we go through scriptures all the time, man, like so-called basic scriptures all the time. But another brother may be going into some, the same scripture and give you a whole, oh shit, I didn't even think about that. You know what I'm saying, or whatever, whatnot. Build you up, and this could be a so-called elementary scripture that you know all the time.
Because it says, when two or more gathered in my name, there I am in the midst of them. There's power in the brotherhood. So imagine you count the brothers that are here. So imagine how many more, the Lord, how much more the Lord suffered with us coming together.
You see that? Imagine that. Imagine how sharp that instrument will be. Yeah, the Lord said you're gonna make us like
sharp threshing
instruments, having teeth. But that's something else. We may get into that later. Yeah, so I like that joint right there. You know what I'm saying?
But nonetheless, the Lord is spiritually sharpening us right now.
Mm-hmm. And it's like brothers listening, on is this live?
Yeah, it's
okay. Kind of like brothers listening right now. Brothers here, they're getting sharp. They're getting sharp by listening to the scriptures come out. And, brothers got their own Bibles. They can see it for themselves, and they can study it themselves. And we all got sharp by listening to other men bring this out. That's how brothers got sharp up here. But again, going back into this word is very powerful, and it can hurt, and it does hurt. That's why they're trying to come up against the Israelites and trying to do all this false flag shit, because it's hurting them. The Edomites, they're getting hurt by what we're doing. Now we're starting to really hurt. Now it's starting to sting. They're like, we got to do something about this, do some fake shit and try to bring us down, but it's not working.
Yeah, that one song with DMX, help, I'm falling, can't get up. Slip. Esau slipping into Esau has finally slipped into that rabbit hole, man.
It's hard to dig his ass out of that hole, man. It's kind of deep now, and it ain't no ladder or nothing, bro. You're stuck. You can't get up out of this hole. You dug it yourself.
Nice background.
All right. You can bring it out if you have.
Yeah, I got a precept right after that.
Okay.
With that precept.
Okay.
This is and to go on what you said. This is the book of Jeremiah, chapter 5, verse 14. Jeremiah chapter 5 and verse 14. It says, wherefore thus saith Yahweh, power of hosts, because ye speak this word, behold, I will make my words in thy mouth fire, and this people wood, and it shall devour them.
We had Jeremiah what?
5 and 14.
Okay. Because there's another one too.
Yeah, read it again.
Come on. This is the book of Jeremiah, chapter 5, verse 14. Wherefore thus saith Yahweh, power of hosts, because you speak this word, behold, I will make my words in thy mouth fire, and this people wood, and it shall devour them.
The words are gonna be as wood, all right?
No,
I'm sorry.
The words is fire.
The words are gonna be as fire. Excuse me, Salaki, slip of the tongue. The words are gonna be as fire, and these words right here, fire burns. Okay, and what did it say? It said that these people out here, they're gonna be as what? Wood. That means they're gonna get burnt up by these words. It's the words by themselves are gonna hurt them. That's why when you see people come up here and what is this? What is this? And then you read the scriptures. You're like, why do you have that? Why do you have Jesus with horns on? Then you read the scriptures. Why do you say we're gonna go into slavery? Then you read the scripture. They're like, then they walk away because they kind of hurt, that burnt, and they don't have a rebuttal. Oh, Jesus is love.
Hey, what happens when like a rap battle, when somebody just demolishes his opponent? What they say? That shit was fire, and the Lord's of the Word is fire, man. And what the Lord speaks in the same ways Jake be rapping, man. Parables, poems, hymns,
Dark sayings.
Dark sayings. There you go. See. So that's where Jake get all that vernacular from. Because we come from Yahweh, man. Yahweh invented all that, man. That fire. You gonna spit fire? And the Lord said He gonna put His words in your mouth as fire, man. Come on, man. You can't make this up.
Fire. Thailand. Oh, what you call it? Read it again, though.
Con.
I like that joint. Then read your
This is Jeremiah chapter 5, verse 14.
Go ahead.
It says, wherefore thus saith Yahweh, power of hosts, because ye speak this word, Behold, I will make my words in thy mouth fire, and this people wood, and it shall devour them.
That's right. So because we speak His word, the Lord is going to make this is going to make it effective. So those that are supposed to hear it are going to understand it. Those that aren't supposed to hear it, it's going to get burnt up, like spiritually burnt up, and it's going to stick with them. It's going to stick with them. They're going to remember that everything that they see on these signs down here, they was brought out through the scriptures, and they know deep down in their spirit they know they're going into slavery, or they know they got to change their ways if they're Israelites, and they don't want to. It's so hard to change their ways. I love eating pork so much I don't even know if I can do it.
Some easy shit.
You know, some easy as preschool shit. Can't even do that. You know, and you think the Lord's gonna have mercy on you when the Lord specifically told you not to do that, and you're still doing it. So we're telling you, here it is, reading it right here. Oh, well, that's the Old Testament. Well, the Old Testament is still in effect. Here's another scripture in the New Testament telling you that. So what? Yeah.
And the Old Testament gonna be in effect into the kingdom of heaven, because shit, you read about Isaiah 14
It's the laws.
or Isaiah 60 talking about the slaves. That's in the kingdom of heaven.
That's in the kingdom of heaven. That's talking. A lot of those kingdom of heaven scriptures are in the Old Testament.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Dumbass.
Dang.
Stupid head. You know, but read you when you gonna.
Come, this is speaking of the same thing about this word being fire, burning them up. This is 2 Thessalonians chapter 2 and verse 8. And then shall that wicked be revealed, whom the Lord shall consume with the spirit of his mouth, and shall destroy with the brightness of his coming. All right, just speaking on that a little bit, you know, like the brothers are going into being cut and everything like that, man. For years and years on end, you got these Edomites running these churches, setting up the so-called white Jesus and everything like that. But nevertheless, you know what I'm saying, at the end all be all these people in these churches telling us, look at all of our missionaries and things we've been doing, all this here love we've been spreading, all this here money we've been putting out, just to come to find out that the person they've been worshiping has been made up, man. This is all lies, man. All right, then they're gonna find out that the people they've been persecuting is the apple of the Most High's eyes, man. So-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. You know, you can read about that in Wisdom of Solomon chapter 5, man.
Yep.
Where they be like, oh shit, we done fucked up, man. We've been oppressing God's people, man. The whole time we thought we was God's people. Well, what? Once they find out about this, man, you know, when you see them in these churches nowadays where the new words is coming out talking about, you know, in these so-called black churches or whatnot, where they have to speak about Esau, even the white churches, man.
Yep.
You got, you type in on YouTube nowadays, you can see a lot of these so-called white churches speaking on who is Esau Edom, man.
Yeah.
They're not telling you who it is for real, but they going into the topics.
I don't remember if brothers remember. My sister used to go to a certain church, and my nephew, they asked him, you know, he knows about the truth. You know, at this time he was like 8 years old, and the pastor or whatever, he was like, who is Jacob's brother? And my nephew was the only one that was like, shoot, his hand shot up. He said Esau. Like, oh shit, how do you know that?
They found out. How did they ever find this out?
But hey, I'll show you.
Hey, but ultimately, like the scriptures say, hey, man, the Lord do nothing but reveal his secrets to the servants, the prophets, man. And so through this here word, us bringing out this here word is cutting these Edomites, man, because that's why we call them the damn devil, man. They're the deceiver, man. They've deceived the whole world into thinking that they're actually God's people, man. That they're the holy ones, man. So they've been going throughout the whole earth doing all this here wickedness and been getting away with it, man. Up until now that we and we ain't even really walked up on them like pull off a physical mask. We like, look, this is you in the scriptures, man. This is you. If not, who and where is he, man? We bringing out your history, what you've done to us, and so on and so forth, man. And now, and it's at that appointed time where these prophets are starting to speak, your ass is being exposed even more now, man.
They have to address these things that we've been bringing out. Now they have to address it because there's a lot of questions coming out, and every time, you know, there's some sort of so-called debate or gainsaying, you get cut with the scriptures. You get cut to the heart.
Yeah, they've been getting it. Now it's just pathetic attempts now, because nobody remember 3 years ago. People used to come up against us every week, man.
Oh,
and everybody just keep it moving now, man.
Yeah,
I'm talking about police departments.
Leave them alone, man. Just leave them alone.
You're not gonna win.
Like shit, yeah, they got us. We can't really say
Refrain
nothing.
from those guys. Yeah, just leave them alone because you're not gonna get anywhere with them. They know everything. They just know everything. I don't know how they do it, but they know everything. Just leave them alone. You don't want to get
that reading.
Yeah.
With all that you can get understanding.
That's
Well,
right.
scripture tell we got to unction to know all things.
All things. You know.
And we're not gonna sit here and argue about Uno cards, but we got the answers of life. You know, we got the answers that matter. You know.
It's really not anything to argue about anymore because we know everything we need to know. All right. The Lord even says that that you want to take a picture of that be a fucking curse unto you. But
second time he passed by.
Yeah, he must be. That's all.
But that's the word of the Most High.
From the Spirit.
Fuck his head up.
He didn't even hear he was doing it.
His spirit know that we
Hey, but he probably seen us on or not us particularly,
Yeah.
but he
knows.
everybody
He
knows
what
what's
this
going
is.
on, man.
You know what this
Yeah,
is.
people know what's going on, man.
Don't act like you don't know what this is. You know exactly what it is. That's why you.
Especially with this Iran situation, they know what's going
They
on.
don't want to hear it.
You heard it here first.
You heard it here first.
The only place you gonna
Yeah.
Hey, and that's the faith. Before things start transpiring about nuclear war,
Yeah.
brothers been holding up these signs right here for years, man.
USSR.
You know, hey, when the elder, I don't know if brothers seen what was it, that sign? The old version of that sign? Like, the elders had like old versions of
Yeah,
these,
the old-
you know what I mean?
old
Like,
sign.
back, way back, like 2000.
Yeah, 2008,
early 2000,
yeah,
like, the old versions. These are like updated versions.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, the elders was holding that shit up like,
These are the PG ones.
yeah, exactly. The elders hold that shit up long
Yep.
time ago. And then look, bam,
Now it's
10
coming.
plus years later, it's popping off, you know?
Yeah, get that down.
And nobody can. That's why the Lord said that He gonna give us a mouth that nobody can gainsay or resist. And not even that's even before we get to the counselors, man. Somebody come up here. That's why nobody stops no more, man. It's like, oh shit, man.
They
Just keep
can't
it moving.
understand. They might
Just
bring
scratch
another
their head
scripture.
and keep it moving.
You got 7 brothers up here. Somebody's gonna have a scripture for whatever the hell you saying, bro.
Anything you come up with.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
Jeremiah, the book of Jeremiah, chapter 23. Chapter 23, verse 29. Is not my word like as a fire, saith the Lord?
It's not my word like a fire. Didn't we just read in chapter 5 that His word is like that His word is fire in our mouths? Okay. The Lord's word is dangerous if you're not equipped to handle it. Okay. Did He not say His word was like a fire? Go ahead.
Con.
Hold again.
Jeremiah 23, verse 29. Is not my word like as a fire, saith the Lord, and like a hammer that breaketh the rock in pieces?
Yeah, that's a rhetorical question. Yes, it is. And that's actually like a downplaying it. Okay? Yeah, the Lord's word is like a hammer breaking a stone into pieces.
Hey, really? We go into like the scriptures talking about mountains and hills. Really, mountains and hills talking about governments and governmental bodies and kingdoms and stuff, right? How the fuck is Babylon getting taken down right now? All right. First and foremost, it's being prophesied that it's a downfall, and then the prophecy is actually coming to pass, man. All right. So hey, this mountain is being destroyed. Hey, Esau is losing his wits, man. He being brought into the king of terrors right now, man. He like that damn mosquito that's flying towards that purple light, man. He see this shit and is oh wow, pretty light, but your ass is sucked in. You can't turn around now, man. Your demise is right in front of you, man. And that's what's going on right now because why? The minute of the Lord out on the highways and the byways proclaiming these things coming to pass, man. And now they all being manifested in your sight, man.
Come, the water for that. Yeah, get that.
Romans?
Yeah.
This is the book of Romans, chapter 3, and verse 3. There are Romans 3 and 3, it says, for what if some did not believe? Shall their unbelief make the faith of the Most High without effect? God forbid.
God forbid.
Yea, let the Most High be true and every man a liar.
Yeah, I'm sorry. So what if you didn't believe? Okay. Does it make just because you don't believe that Africa exists, does it mean it's not there? Because you've never seen it? That's retarded as mind frame to be in. Okay, you're a retard if you believe like that. Just because you think you don't believe it doesn't mean it's not true. Okay? You have to do some really diligent studying and find out, show what's your work. Show your work. How do you know this isn't true?
Yeah, people that come with that argument falls flat on his face because they'll tell you that Jesus or God don't exist, right? As they say. But then again, you ask them if Abraham Lincoln exists, and they'll tell you, yeah, and you ask them why, it's because he was written about. Wasn't our Lord and Savior written about?
Actually, the Lord, hey, there's more information written on the Lord than any other person or object.
I believe it's 5,000 different accounts on the Lord. That's more than anybody on the planet, ever.
Yeah, all of history.
But you believe
I'm talking about
Abraham-
ancient scrolls. 5,000 different scrolls talking about the Messiah.
and outside of the scripture.
Yeah, exactly.
You know,
It is
secular.
There's
Secular,
even
yeah.
more documentation outside of scripture than in the scripture.
He existed. There's
Exactly.
plenty of proof that he did, and you can try to cover it up all you want, Esau, but it's out there, and anybody can get this understanding and this knowledge if you seek it, sincerely. All right. So just because you don't believe it doesn't make it not true.
And I was gonna say, like we just read, what if some didn't believe, man? Let's say, because you got a lot of people right now, especially our people, that's got that proud mentality in their mind. They say, I don't want to hear about this negativity. I don't want to hear about this negativity. They want to ignore certain things, right? Same thing. What if some didn't believe? All right, we like the weatherman. We telling you it's about to be a hurricane. This bitch about to get flooded out.
I ain't trying to hear
I don't
that.
want to hear this negativity. I'm going to the beach. You're not gonna rain on my parade. We're gonna go have a picnic.
Yeah.
Your ass gonna be one watch that motherfucker out there anyway, man. It's not gonna stop the hurricane because you don't believe, man.
Riptide.
It's still coming, bro. You could be out there. You just gonna be dumb as hell, man. You gonna be out there washed up and call for help. Oh, we see it every year here in Florida, man. Whenever in certain places say, hey, man, y'all need to evacuate, get up out of here because this shit finna be flooded. Oh, we staying here, not so on and so forth. These are the same people that's crying out for the police. They're like, bro, you stranded out there. We can't even get to you. The whole shit flooded. We told you to evacuate. And people in California where they told them about the forest fires, we good. This ain't never happened before. All right, what if you something don't believe? Y'all the same crispy motherfuckers that burn up in the car, man. You caught your righteous judgment, man. That's just, it is what it is, man. The Lord sent forth his oracles to tell you about these things. The minute the Lord to warn you about these things, but you didn't take heed to it. So guess what? Just like in the time of Noah, them motherfuckers got drowned. Noah preached for like 120 years, man. And they saw the ark getting built, man. They saw the way out. Nobody believed, His sons hearkened, but other than that, hey, everybody else, they wound up drowning, man.
But and that's probably because he had the rulership over them. But the scripture don't say that they believe. They just got saved because they like the elect. Just throwing that in there.
Yeah.
Just because the elect, you're gonna be, if you're part of the elect, you're gonna be able to save your family. An unbelieving wife can be saved by a believing husband. So scripture don't say if they believed or not. Just throwing that in there because they're probably thinking the same way as everybody else. Like, man, Noah got us out here building a boat in the middle of the woods. So imagine that. In a society of nothing but wickedness, they're like, man, white pops got us out here.
Hey, but
cutting trees down and building a boat,
right
man.
There. Thinking about today's times, same thing, like you said, man. The day of your household, man.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
Change the darkness come. The water for that, and I'll get that.
This is Second Ezra, the book of Second Ezra in Apocrypha, chapter 15, verse 3. Fear not the imaginations against thee, let not the incredulity of them trouble thee that speak against thee.
You see that? Read it one more time.
Come on. Second Ezra 15 and 3. Fear not the imaginations against thee.
Fear not the imaginations against thee. All right? So a lot of people have wicked, evil imaginations against the Israelites. All right? So the Lord is instructing us, don't worry about that. Okay? And we're going to get more into this too. The Lord said, don't worry about that. Don't fear what they can do. Okay? Read on.
Fear not the imaginations against thee, let not the incredulity of them trouble thee.
And that incredulity, that's like they don't discredit. They disbelieve. All right? Because they can't credit what we're saying. All right? It's incredible. So just because they don't believe it, don't let it trouble you. You know what I'm saying? All right, well, you don't believe it, then the hell with you. I believe it. All right? I'm going to choose to believe this. And you can believe whatever the hell you believe, and we're going to see who's right. You're going to see who's right really soon. That's the beautiful thing about it. Not too much more time that we have to sit here and wait and twiddle our thumbs. Okay? We're all going to see who is right and who's wrong really soon.
Hey, speaking of which, it's all being manifested now. Who being persecuted, man? Look at the false flags they're trying to put on us, man. They trying to put all these narratives on us. Obviously, the Israelites are the right people, man. They put up them signs talking about it's anti-Semitic, Yahushua's coming. Who told you about that name, man? Who's constantly preaching in that name, man?
And that could have been the dude that put that up on the style, holding the sign.
Probably Amalek himself.
What I was gonna say is probably like a Edomite or some
Definitely an agent.
Yeah,
Well, the main thing that's gonna justify us and prove us is what? The words of the Heavenly Father, the prophecy, man. We didn't gotta say nothing but what the scriptures say. And guess what? Everything we've been telling you is happening right before your eyes.
Yep.
That's what. That's why. Matter of fact, go back to that Romans before you move on.
Yep.
Read on Romans 3. It tells you why we be justified, man.
Let me just read 3. Start back at 3 and go to 4. This is Romans chapter 3, verse 3 and 4. It says, "For what if some did not believe? Shall their unbelief make the faith of the Most High without effect? God forbid. Let the Most High be true and every man a liar, as it is written, that thou might be justified in thy saying and might overcome when thou art judged.
Do you want to speak on it? I'm sorry.
Yeah, pretty much, man. How we gonna be justified? By what we speak. And what do we speak? The brother said earlier, the oracles of the Most High. The scripture tell you to speak as the oracles of the Most High, meaning the words of the Most High. Brother read that in Jeremiah that the word was gonna put his word in our mouth and it was gonna be fire. Go to Jeremiah 1, it tells you that he physically put the word in Jeremiah's mouth, man. He did the same thing with all the prophets, man. Because what does prophet mean?
Say before.
To say before, right? What is prophecy? Something that's coming, right? So why are the prophets speaking things that are coming before they happen? Because the Lord have told them, gave them the words to say it.
Divine intervention.
Yep.
Yeah, this is all a spirit. It's all on a spiritual level. You can't see it. It's just the Lord is working in a way that we can't really understand. We only understand what we need to understand. Okay, the Lord is dealing with us, Lord willing, because we have this understanding, and nobody else gets it. We must be those men that the Lord that's been written about in it. Okay, so it ain't nothing really to. If they don't believe, don't worry about it. The Lord said many people aren't gonna believe this anyways. They're gonna try to come against it. So just because they don't believe, don't let it trouble you. Okay? Who cares if they don't believe? Fuck them. Fuck them.
Hey, and that real quick, that kills that free will BS. Free will. Prophecy cuts that in half. Because you have free will, then it wouldn't be no prophecies. It's prophesied that this is going to happen. So if you have free will to do what you want to do, then you will upset prophecy, right? Because you'll do the opposite of what it was that was prophesied. And that's how Esau is being checkmated right now. Or it's prophecy that this will happen, that will happen. So Esau, he like upset prophecy. So he's like, well, I'm going to do the opposite. I'm going to do this. And then end up still doing what was prophesied. You know, fuck it up, you know? That's what he do, man. You know, just want to say that real quick. You know?
You know what I'm saying? Matter of fact, okay, you get that real quick.
This is Revelation chapter 14, verse 4 and verse 5. Revelation 14, 4 and 5. It says, verse 3, 4 and 5. It says, and they sung as if it were a new song before the throne, and the four beasts and the elders, and no man can learn that song but the 144,000 which were redeemed from the earth.
That's right. Those are the only ones that are going to get it. Okay? The 144,000 are the only ones that are going to get this understanding. Are going to truly believe it, sincerely, 100%, and do everything that the Lord asked them to do to the best of their ability while they have life on this earth. They're the only ones. Okay? And there isn't 144,000 prophets out here on the earth right now. So some of them are in the spirit world, some of them are down here working. All right? And the ones that are down here working, you can clearly see their works. It's not hidden anywhere. Okay? The Lord gave that to them. You know what I mean?
Hey, that's heavy what you said, because you can tell who are the angels that were cast down, right? Because the angels, up there, the angels, they serve the Lord constantly. 24/7, constantly praising His name. They don't go up, they constantly praise Him. So you can see who those angels here that was cast down right now, because why? They're going to be doing what? The work. They're going to be serving the Lord while they here in the flesh, man. So you can clearly see, man. You know, whether we those men or not, yeah, we go off. We gonna go off because why? We've been in this flesh. We've been put in this prison. But the angels that were cast down, you gonna see them doing the work of the Most High, because that's what they was doing up there in the spiritual realm. They was constantly serving, praising the Lord, doing the bidding of the Lord. So if you cast them down into this prison, even though they bound to the flesh, they still, they gonna err, they gonna go off. But you know, they gonna constantly be trying to walk that righteous path, you know?
They're gonna feel terrible.
Yeah.
I got the precept to prove what the brother was saying. This is the second book of Peter's, chapter 2 and verse 4. The second book of Peter's, chapter 2, verse 4. And if the Most High spare not the angels that sinned, but cast them down to hell, and delivered them into chains of darkness, which is the flesh, to be reserved unto judgment. You see?
Yeah.
So we was cast down. We didn't, like the brother was just saying, you know, just to prove it, you know, through the scriptures.
Hey, the Jude, they say, which kept not their first estate. Like the
Yep.
brother was saying, that's what we was up in the heavens doing, man.
Yep.
All right, from the foundations, serving the Lord. Matter of fact, let me just keep reading where I'm at in Revelation 14. I was gonna skip this verse, but going verse 4 and 5. These talking about the 144,000. These are they which were not defiled with women, for they are virgins.
And what does that mean? You know, not defiled with women.
Yeah, they're talking about these different philosophies, these different beliefs that are out here in the world. Okay,
Yep.
It's not one
because
woman.
they can be very attractive to you.
Seducing.
You know, so that's a good word. The water.
Eve,
Yeah.
Eve saw it, pleasing to the eyes.
And brought it on to a man.
Yeah.
Okay, so it happens too. Your own woman can bring you into a different philosophy.
Hey, because we just had to clarify that because you got a bunch of bozos out there, vocab Malone, not to name any names, but who say that you got to be a virgin.
You gotta be a virgin.
You got to be virgins. The elect is gonna be a bunch of virgins, never had no sex, no nothing.
Bunch of squares.
But Peter had children.
Yeah. Hey, and then now Paul say if a man cannot attain marriage,
Yeah.
you got a wife.
Yep.
You know, seek not to be loose, and if you
Yep.
don't, seek not a wife.
Yeah.
So what? Paul telling us all to go off, man?
Job had
What's
kids.
going on? What's going on?
Hey, the scriptures say Job was a righteous man until the Most High, but
He
Job had
children.
kids.
He had mad kids.
Yeah.
What you talking about, dog?
King
Noah?
David,
Yeah.
King David.
right? A man after the Lord's heart.
Yeah.
Levi had the sons of Levi. They were
Bug outs,
priests,
bro.
So on and so forth.
Yeah, Noah. Come on, man.
These people don't understand this thing. Man.
How'd you punk guys get here, dickhead?
Abraham, the father of us all, right?
Exactly.
Like the Christians
That
say.
means we would just have to all be translated.
Yeah.
Because we all was born through sex.
Yeah.
So none of us ain't right.
We all gotta die again.
Yeah, like,
And come back.
Sex is written about all through the Bible. What are you talking about, dog? It's sex all in the Bible, dog. And he knew her. Look at you stupid
Yeah.
ass. You dumb, dog. People are stupid.
Hey, really,
as fuck,
it was a shame, really, if you didn't procreate. You know, if you didn't have children, that was pretty much a shame,
Oh,
man.
Yeah.
and doesn't the scripture say too, real quick, be fruitful and multiply?
Yeah.
That's a commandment.
Yeah.
Stupid ass.
Fill the earth with replenish the earth.
Hey, and that's because they believe in that virgin marriage
birth
shit.
shit,
yeah.
Virgin
Yeah.
birth.
Yeah.
That's another reason right there.
That's a woman.
You know what I mean?
That's a woman. You know, because what? You know, you attracted onto that woman, so you think you have to walk upon this earth just being, when you says being clean, it doesn't mean that you can't have a woman and lay down with a woman. You swear you're not spiritual. You can't understand certain little things in the Bible. That's simple. Of course it doesn't mean that, huh? Why would it mean that? You have to be an actual virgin. What if I didn't know that and I already had sex and now I can't be a that's fucked up, dog. I
Did
didn't have a
not the
chance.
Lord come for sinners?
Yeah, I didn't have a chance.
Right?
Yeah.
I come to bring them, that pretty much as unclean as sinners that's doing, I come to bring them to repentance, right?
Yep.
Hey,
Come
if
on.
you was already whole, what the hell you need salvation
Yeah.
for?
Like, bro, this dude just bugged out, man. He don't know. What the Elder Torah say? Put the Bible down. You know? You don't know the
Yeah,
scriptures.
just put it down, man. You're making yourself look silly, and you're giving us a fucking headache, man. Just stop. We want to talk about prophecy.
That's a fucking headache.
They bring
God
yourself
damn.
to destruction.
You know? Yeah, finish that.
Going back to Revelation 14 and verse 4, it says, 4 and 5, it says, these are they which were not defiled with women,
Yep.
for they are virgins. These are they which followed the Lamb whithersoever he goeth. These were redeemed from among men, being the first fruits unto the Most High and unto the Lamb. All right, going back to the fallen angels and everything like that. These are the first fruits, all right? Going back, hey, these are the ones that was from the beginning, man, the 144,000, right? Going back to verse 5. For in their mouth was found no guile, for they were without fault before the throne of the Most High.
And what does that mean? Anybody know their mouth was found with no guile? Anybody know what that means?
I have an idea.
Go ahead.
What they say, like if it deals with another doctrine.
Hey, he on point. He right. Their mouth was found no guile. I mean, they taught the truth. Not because they cussed, they said, or F. No, their mouth was found with no guile, meaning they just taught the truth.
Right.
The
No
doctrine.
deceit,
Yeah,
no.
exactly.
We're not trying to, like, you got some camps over there that's telling you, oh, the name ain't important. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh,
Yeah, that's
the marketing
guile.
beast is
Yeah.
X, Y, and Z, man. Or, hey, we talking about prosperity doctrine. Hey, come serve the Lord, you're going to get rich. You know what I'm saying? This is basically, you got guile and deceit inside of your mouth, man.
Yep.
But no, we come here telling you this straight 100% truth. That's like, yo, man, hey, a so-called, let's say Edomite come up here and be like, well, what are we preaching about? The Edomites, hey, y'all going into captivity, man. You know what I'm saying? Hey, we're not sugarcoating it, whatnot, you know what I'm saying? Or a woman's supposed to be in subjection under her man. We're not trying to sugarcoat it to make people feel comfortable about this, man. We got to tell you the straight skinny, man. There's no guile, there's no deception in our mouth, man.
That's,
all right?
That's what the word there in the Greek means. You know, the word for guile is dolos in the Greek, and it means deceit, craftiness, you know.
Hey, you got it. Hey, the water, you know.
I'm
Hey, that's
looking
just
it up.
further
Yeah.
proving it. He just, you know, cleaned it up. Like, hey, that's what it means. No deceit.
No guile
You
in
know?
their mouth.
That's the definition. All right. So now, the us being defiled with women, we're not defiled with women out here. All right. We're not on the fence about this being the truth or something else being the truth. No, we know damn well, and I'm speaking as a man, that this is the truth that we're involved in, and this is the only path that we need to be on. Everything else is death. Okay. So we're staying away from that. We're gonna stick onto this path right here because it's gonna lead to life. Matter of fact, you want to get a 2nd Ezra 7. 2nd Ezra 7, and hold on to that. What do you have? Oh, you should have something that was going with this.
Nah.
All right, cool. We'll get back into that. Get 2nd Ezra 7, and I can start at the top and read on down a little bit.
Hey, just real quick on that virgin deal situation, right? You got for instance, you got Farrakhan and his situation, man. You're telling them, oh, they the Nation of Islam, but if you ever look at them, they constantly reading out the Bible. How you telling them they Islamic or from the Nation of Islam? You know, they supposed to be going into the Quran, but they got the Quran on one side and then the Bible on the other side, so on and so forth. He trying to teach them that they the Israelites, but he telling them they the Edomites, you know, and Jacob is bad. Like, you see, this is that confusion, man. You've been screwing around with all these different doctrines and philosophy, so now you got a little bit of something from this person, a little bit of something from that person. Hey, man, it's just like in the flesh, man. You know, you're sleeping around with all these different women and, you know, women sleeping with different men. You getting all these diseases or whatever, whatnot. You'd be better off just sleeping with one person the whole time, man. This is the one person that we dealing with, man. We don't have different books in, like the scripture say, none shall meet her mate, man. We don't have different.
Are we married unto the Lord?
Khan.
Simple as that.
Simple as that,
Yeah.
man. You know?
We're married unto the Lord. That's what it is. We the woman. All right. That's the scripture. We the woman. All right. Go ahead, read that.
This is 2nd Ezra chapter 7, verse 1. 2nd Ezra 7, verse 1. And when I had made an end of speaking these words, there was sent unto the angel which had been sent unto me the night before, and he said unto me, Up, Ezra, and hear the word that I have come to tell thee. And I said, Speak on, my power. Then said he unto me, The sea is set in a wide place, that it might be deep and great.
Okay, the sea is set in a wide place that it may be set in great. Okay. Go ahead.
It says, it's a lot. Verse 4, but put the case, the entrance were narrow and like a river.
Mm-hmm.
Who then can go into the sea and look upon it and to rule it? If he went not through the narrow, how could he come out unto the broad?
So you're gonna have to go this path that we're walking on, the path of righteousness. You want to get to the other side where you see something really beautiful. You see it over there, it's really beautiful, but you have to go through this. You have to go through this treacherous path first. All right, that's been laid before us. Okay. Yeah. Okay, bet. I'll turn off now, but read that verse again.
God, this is 2nd Ezra chapter 7 and verse 6. It says, there is also another thing. A city is builded. I was at verse 5.
Okay.
It says, who then can go into the sea and look upon it and rule it? If he went not through the narrow, how could he come into the broad?
Right, you have to go through the narrow first before you get to the safety side.
Matthew 7.
Yep, that's the next one. You can actually get that, yeah. And while we read this, say again? Oh no, this is 1:7. So read that again. Start verse 4.
This is 2nd Ezra chapter 7 and verse 4. But put the case, the entrance were narrow, like a river. Who then can go into the sea and look upon it and rule it? If he went not through the narrow, how could he come into the broad?
Yeah, you have to go through the narrow first before you get to the broad. Now read on.
Verse 5. Who then can go into the sea? Oh, verse 6. There's another thing. A city is builded and upon a broad field,
Yep.
and is full of all good things.
So you see a city built on the field with all beautiful things, lovely things. Go ahead.
The entrance thereof is narrow and is set in a dangerous place to fall.
Yeah, there's like a moat around it. It's being guarded. There's a lot of dangerous things that are covering it before you can even get to the beautiful part. Go ahead.
Like if it were a fire on the right hand.
Like if there was a fire on the right hand, so you walk in a path, and there's fire on the right side. Go ahead.
And on the left, a deep water.
Deep water, which is equally as dangerous. Go ahead.
And one only path between them both, even between the fire and the water, so small that there could only but one man go there at once.
That's right. This path is so narrow that only one man can go through it at once. So it's like you got to balance your way through it. That's how delicate this thing is that we're involved in right now. If you want to get to the kingdom of heaven, you have to do this thing in order. All right, and it's going to be a tough, treacherous path. However, the payoff is beyond measure.
And who was the first person to go through that path? Exactly. So hey, we just following him. The elders
Right
that
here,
started,
bro.
they way ahead, and we behind them.
No answer,
You know,
bro.
so
That's how you get them. Just asking questions.
They led the path. They cleared the path for us. They already went through it. They did all the head work. They was in the library for 8 hours a day. All right, they was going through the indexes, having class, in libraries, writing out classrooms. They did all that shit while we was fucking around in the world, while we was playing Nintendo. Okay, we was playing Nintendo games. All right, and they was doing all the head work for us. They did all the hard work while we was fucking around in school and
Shit
fucking
bugging out.
bitches and being all types of
Keep
degenerates.
smashing.
They were doing all the head work for us. They went through the path, this tough path, but guess what ended up happening?
Charged it before I left the house.
Some of them before we was even born. Before some of us was even born.
A lot of
Never
brothers
done
before they
that
were born, But ultimately, what ended up happening was brothers found that path, carefully walked that path, or I say are walking that path. We haven't walked it yet. We're still walking it because, and the end of the path is the kingdom, baby.
Hey, I got a perfect quote. We're history in the making.
We're history in the making.
In the making.
We are history in the making. All right. You see that? Because what's going to end up happening when we do reach over to the other side, where that beautiful kingdom is, then it's what when the scripture says we're gonna rule forever and ever. Okay, so what else is left? Them going into slavery and us being rulers forever and ever. That's all. That's the end of the story. That's it. It just gets better and better for us, but for them, they're gonna lose all this. This is their beautiful kingdom. They're gonna lose all this, and we're gonna gain something that you can't even imagine. We can't even speak about it. So great. Okay, now go ahead and get Matthew 7 public show.
Con. It's Matthew 7, verse 13, and it reads, Matthew 7, verse 13.
I'm not charging.
Enter ye in at the straight gate, for wide is the gate, and broad is the way that leadeth to destruction. And many there be which go in therein, because straight is the gate, and narrow is the way which leadeth unto life, and few there be that find it.
That's right, because it's such a tough path. They're not even gonna try to walk that, man. They ain't gonna go to the straight gate.
Gucci.
Well, they're gonna go to the wide gate because what? Everybody else is in that. That's what everybody else is doing. Fuck it. That has to be the right way because everybody else is fucking doing it. But guess what? It says, broad is the gate that leads to destruction. Okay, so unfortunately for you, you're gonna have to be destroyed because you were just going with the flow. You was going with what everybody else is doing instead of going with the spirit. Yeah. Follow a multitude. What does it say? To do evil.
Follow not a multitude.
Evil.
I got you.
Yeah, please.
It's Exodus. The book of Exodus, chapter 23, verse 2. Thou shalt not follow a multitude to do evil, neither shall there speak in a cause to decline after many to wrest judgment.
See that? So if you choose to go that route, that's because you chose to do it. You chose to go with the crowd.
Broad way.
All right, you went the broad way.
Just because a lot of people doing it don't mean it's right.
You know exactly. A lot of people do a lot of evil things. The majority of the earth is under the guise of evil. Okay, there's only a few people on the earth, a small sect on the earth that's following righteousness, that are walking that straight path, that are on that narrow path that only one man can cross at a time. There's only a few people, in measure of the population of the whole earth. It's a small amount of people, like a handful of people. Not even a handful of people, like
Less than
bottle cap full, a thimble full. All right? There's not that many people out here doing what we're doing. And the Lord's going to have mercy on you brothers if you truly are sincere. And if I'm sincere, and all these brothers out here, and any brothers listening, if you're sincere, the Lord's going to, you think the Lord's going to destroy you? You doing all this, you gave up the whole world, you think the Lord's going to destroy you? Absolutely not. You got to have faith in the Lord is with you. Okay? You're doing a great deed. You're doing a beautiful work right now. Okay? Because it's only going to get uglier out here. You see what's going on in the world. If you're not paying attention to what's going on in the world right now, you don't see that America's just made a big mistake. Okay? Recently, a couple days ago, then you're going to be taken as a thief in that thing. All right? War is on the horizon. Okay? World war. We're talking about nuclear war. All right? And nobody fucking cares. So, we're going to continue to tell you about it because we know it's the right thing to do. We're going to give you a fair shot. But if you don't want to heed to the instructions, then all right, we told you. You can't say you ain't know. Nuclear war is on the horizon. Matter of fact, you can get on Matthew 24. Because we gotta understand that, bro. Like, this is all prophecy in the making. This is all prophecy. And it's not just something that every little thing that happens we're gonna find a Bible scripture. No, this is going in order. The Lord is setting it up. You just don't have the Spirit on you, so you don't believe it. Go ahead.
This is St. Matthew. Book of St. Matthew, chapter 24, verse 3. And as he sat upon the Mount of Olives, the disciples came unto him privately, saying, Tell us, when shall these things be? And what shall be the sign of thy coming and of the end of the world?
Right. So the disciples, they're anxious. They want to know when is the king? We're anxious for the kingdom of heaven to be ushered in. What do we need to be looking for? What do we need to be watching out for so we know that we're about to be out of this beast? All right. Little did they know it's going to be a lot longer than they thought, but but nonetheless, they're asking. That's a really good question. What do we need to know? What do we need to be looking for in order for us to realize what times we're in? Now, before you read on that, I'll read that.
This is the book of 2nd Ezra, chapter 9, verse 1. 2nd Ezra, chapter 9 and 1. It says, He answered me then and said, Measure thou the time diligently in itself, and when thou seest part of the signs pass, which I told thee before, then shalt thou understand that it is the very same time wherein the highest will begin to visit the world which he made.
So there's a lot of things that the Lord told us that you need to be watching out for, so you know that the highest is on his way. Go ahead.
Verse 3. Therefore, when there shall be seen earthquakes and uproars of the people in the world, then thou shalt well understand that the Most High spake of those things from the day that was before thee, even from the beginning.
That's right. So earthquakes and uproars of the people, those are just two little things. Okay? That if you see those things going on in a big a big array on the earth, then you know that we're getting close to something. All right? Uproars of the people, that's a big thing going on right now, all over the planet Earth.
Yellow vest protests,
that's
they
been going on
still
over a
going.
year.
Yeah, I just saw an article today, like, they ain't letting up, man.
Week 58 or something.
It's going to turn into a bloodbath over there.
It's already happened.
It's going to turn into a serious massacre, slaughter.
If I can say this real quick, water just don't start boiling as soon as you set it on the stove.
Yeah.
You start seeing steam come up and little bubbles, and before you know it, then it starts boiling. It don't just automatically start boiling.
Lava.
It takes a minute, But hey, we in the stages of that.
It's bubbling up now, baby. Yeah, it's been steaming, now it's bubbling up. Okay, it's gonna start being a rolling boil soon.
Yeah.
Okay, so the water for that. Go on with that.
Matthew 24, verse 3. And he sat upon the Mount of Olives, and the disciples came unto him privately, saying, shall these things be? And what shall be the sign of thy coming and of the end of the world?
All right, so again, with the question, what do we need to be looking out for? Read on.
Verse 4. And Yahushua answered and said unto them, take heed that no man deceive you. For many shall come in my name, saying, I am Christ, and shall deceive many.
And you're seeing that happening right now. You're seeing a lot of people saying that they're anointed, they Christians, that we got, this is the truth, God is all love. They're gonna tell you all that. They're gonna come out to you even harder than before. You got Kanye West talking about you gotta follow this. You got, we're the Christian. And you got millions and millions of people following this man, and you got all these different churches and these pastors that are heaping all types of followers onto themselves, talking about this is the way, and people are following it, getting led right into a ditch. Don't believe them. Don't be deceived by that shit, okay? Because it's going to lead to your destruction. The Lord is telling you, don't be deceived. It's going to happen, and it's happening right now. Read on.
Hey, real quick. Hey, what in Revelation 19 tell you the spirit of Yahushua is the spirit of prophecy, man. Like the brother just named off all these different churches, and Kanye and all that. None of them are going into prophecy, man. So hey, it's evident, man. You over here following these false leaders, man. These false false Christians, these false groups or whatever, whatnot, man. None of these groups are going into prophecy, man. The scripture clearly says the spirit of Yahushua, or put it in your terms, oh, you want to be Christians and followers of Jesus. Well, the real, Yahushua, the world, they confuse all that. But if you're really trying to follow him, you would be occupied in this here prophecy, man.
Simple as that, That's how you be able to tell who's who on this earth, the ones that are prophesying and everybody else. All right, go ahead.
Come. For many shall come in my name, saying I am Christ, and shall deceive many. Verse 6. And ye shall hear of wars and rumors of wars. See that ye be not troubled.
See that ye be not troubled. It's okay. Yeah, I know it's horrible. These things that are going on in the world are horrible. I'll admit that they are, yes. Okay? We don't want to live in a world like this. These things, there's some horrible things going on planet Earth right now. I can truly, honestly admit that in my spirit that I don't like that shit. But guess what? Be not troubled. Don't worry about it. These things have to happen. As a matter of fact, you read it. It's going to tell you.
See that ye be not troubled, for all these things must come to pass, but the end is not yet.
All these things must come to pass. In order for us to get into the kingdom of heaven, this shit has to happen. All right? It sucks, yeah, it fucking sucks, I know. But this shit has to happen. If it don't happen, then we're gonna be stuck here.
Real quick, as an analogy, and also the scripture uses the same analogy, but when a woman is pregnant, right? You know what I'm saying? She's thinking about the baby she gonna have and what they gonna do, all but go, buy this and do that. We gonna take pictures with the baby. But hey, guess what? You gotta go through those birth pains, man. You gotta go through the labor pains first and foremost, man. A lot of women talk about that. Oh, we give birth or whatever, whatnot, and so on and so forth. Like, all right, but before you can enjoy your baby, you got to go through this first and foremost before you can have the good times, go take the pictures and have fun with your child, man. Yeah. Like the brother's going through, hey man, we got to go through those birth pains, man.
That's good. That's a good analogy, yeah, because a child, that's the prize at the end of all the pain. You got to carry this motherfucker around for 9 months, and all your hormones all out of whack,
right?
And then finally it comes, and that the worst part comes where the birth pains, the pushing, and all that shit, it's a painful experience for a woman. All right, but once it's done, you have that bundle of joy, and you can enjoy your child. That's what's basically we're going through right now. We have to go through all this shit. We're gonna have to see wars. All right, we're not gonna go through the war, Lord willing. All right, but you're gonna see wars. A lot of people are gonna die and perish in violent manners. All right, and when that's gonna be happening simultaneously over here, shit is gonna be happening over here with all the uproars of people gonna be happening over here. All right, and matter of fact, read on because say what? First and foremost, it said, "Be ye not troubled," because all these things must come to pass. All this shit has to happen because the end is not yet. The end, because that's another thing. Here it is. We know we in the end, but honestly, the end ain't yet. We in the beginning of the end. Okay, so there's like a lot of horrible, terrible things that gotta happen first before we can actually declare it the end.
The worst.
The worst of the worst has to happen, and I'm telling you now because I want y'all brothers, listening, sisters, whoever be listening, to understand that, yeah, it sucks now, but it's gonna get terrible.
It's just the beginning.
And if I can say this, when that get here, we're not gonna be out here to even tell you that.
Straight.
You're gonna know.
It's rather you got the oil or you don't. Whether you know or you not. You know, you gonna have to know, because we ain't gonna be out here to be like, yo, this is it, that's done. We ain't gonna be out here to tell you that, man.
We're giving it out free right now. This is a free. We ain't
so
even
you
gonna
can get it now for that time. Wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of that times. You know, we ain't gonna be out of here and tell you, yo, it's Jacob's trouble. It's gonna be too late. You know what I mean?
And that's why the Lord said, watch.
Yeah.
Because but through the signs, we know that we've begun to enter into the end. We're not waiting for the end or looking for the end. We have begun the end stages.
Yeah.
We're not at the end, but the end has come. The finale is soon at hand, though.
Yep. That's exactly. We're headed. We're about to enter into the climax of the movie.
Hey, we like that stage of a patient when they on their last stage of cancer. All right, you've been diagnosed with
make 'em feel
stage 4
good.
cancer. Yeah. You probably got 3 months left to live.
Yeah.
That's where we at. Not saying we literally got 3 months left, but I'm saying we're at that point where they be like, oh, well, you got 6 months to live, man. You done.
Go travel the world or something.
You know, that's where we at. You know.
Straight. You see that? And that's a good analogy. That's how close we are to the end of this thing. All right? It's about to be wrapped up. Go ahead, brothers. Hold on to that.
This is 2nd Ezra, chapter 9, verse 5. 2nd Ezra, chapter 9, verse 5. I'll start at verse 4. It says, Then shalt thou well understand that the Most High spake of these things from the days that were before thee, even from the beginning. For like all that is made in the world was a beginning and an end, and the end is manifest.
Right. The end is manifest, but guess what? Well, it's not manifested yet, because again, just like I read in a couple of verses up on that, you know, the uproars of the people, the earthquakes, and all the horrible shit that have to happen first. Then the end is manifest, baby.
The end is manifest in the sense that the prophets already seen it happen.
Yeah.
The prophets have seen the prophecies, meaning it's already happened. It's already been written. We're just waiting for it to play out.
Physically manifest.
Yeah, there you go. The physically manifest. You know, that's the water for that. Now go
That's
ahead
why
and-
Habakkuk chapter 2 says what it says.
Yeah, come.
It says, left it at like, verse 6. Read that again. Matthew 24:6. And ye shall hear wars and rumors of wars. See that ye be not troubled, for all these things must come to pass, but the end is not yet.
Go ahead.
For nation shall rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom, and there shall be famines and pestilences and earthquakes.
Really, that's already happening. So this is not the beginning. Shit, we're not in the beginning no more. We're like, you know,
The end of the
couple
end.
inches in. Yeah.
We in it now.
Yeah, we in it. Ain't no it's about to begin. No, we in it. What's wars, rumors of wars, famine, earthquakes, uproars.
check.
I mean, hello. We not almost getting into the. No, we in it.
The thing is, it hasn't hit.
Just haven't hit the end yet.
The thing is, it
Jacob's
hasn't
trouble.
hit Babylon the Great yet.
Yeah,
Once it hits Babylon the Great, then you'll know that we're
Yep.
really invested in these prophecies.
They force that
Right?
microchip.
Yeah, and that's the end. That we really in this moment. But right now, yeah, we seen the beginning stages of the microchip being put out. We seen them developing it and
Shit,
pushing it out there.
beginning
You know, you can get it if you work here, or if you want to buy shit on this website. You
Beginning
can get
stages would be back in 2000. These niggas got the chip out here.
People have
This
it.
is it. It's out here.
When
It
they
ain't no
started putting
beginning
it in your
stages.
dogs and shit.
Yeah, that was the
like
beginning
10 years
stages.
ago.
This shit is out here.
That was
Shit.
in the 90s and 80s.
Yeah.
Yeah, they was putting it in the dogs and in the troops. You know, so right now, I mean, that's little shit now. Right now, where we're at right now, we're waiting for the uproars to happen in America. We're waiting for the famines to happen in America. We're waiting for the pestilences, the true pestilences to happen in America.
Yeah.
All right. When you start seeing this shit start happening here, because what does it say? Famine. What's one way a famine is going to happen in America? What's a good way a famine can happen in
The trucks
America?
stop rolling.
And why would the truck start rolling?
Because gas prices went too damn high.
And why would that happen? Because what's
Well,
going on?
it don't even have to be gas prices. There's been strikes before. Took 18-wheeler, because our dad was part of us. They called him in. It wasn't no time of war or nothing like that. They just didn't want to work for this said prices,
or whatever.
so they paid cheaper people, and there was a strike. But the point is, the trucks for a point stopped flowing in the West. You know, this is back like 2003, around 2002.
But I'm
know?
saying, but you know, a really good sense would be like, you know, if the dollar or whatever, you know, an economic crisis starts happening, which has happened in the past.
Yeah. Pretty much the point is stop paying the truck drivers or change their pay, and it's gonna stop.
And that's easy.
They don't, because they got it. Regardless, they got to, like, not to cut you off. Regardless, they got to pay for diesel. They know that. They got to pay for they live in their trucks. Change their pay, and that's when they will stop.
Simple.
And if it's shit the way it's looking right now, that's what's gonna happen, man.
Well, we're getting close to that. That's how a famine can start in America.
Hey, you also just had the farms getting fucked up in the Midwest recently with the floods, the fires.
So they're back.
Yeah,
They're backed up.
right. You know, but a lot of these so-called natural disasters and stuff like that, man, is in the so-called breadbasket of America, man. All right, the food, hey, man, everything is set to just go like a domino effect, man. The stage is set for the Most High just to press play and then just boom, that's it, man.
Yep. That's where we're at right now, baby. You know. So these things that we read, these horrible things, you know, famines and pestilences. Famine is not far-fetched to happen in America, just like everything we just said. Pestilence. You know, if you don't, yeah, I mean, they had another swine flu or something pop up, or bird flu or some shit, Ebola. They in laboratories doing that shit all day, bro. Or, for instance, if there really is a famine and people aren't eating and people are dying and people his bodies being rotting around all over the place, there's gonna be diseases with that. Okay. There's all types of ways these prophecies are gonna happen. It's not far-fetched.
Just sanitation. Stop fucking coming getting your trash in your backyard or whatever for a couple weeks.
Oh, true, because the
1 week.
Yeah, 1 week. That shit.
Yeah,
The
disgusting.
sanitation.
Maggots all over this shit.
What happens when your toilet don't flush?
Yeah,
Waterworks and all that get messed up. They ain't cleaning the water no more.
that'd be it.
See, so you know, I mean, these things ain't far-fetched. We're telling you that these things can easily happen in a place like this.
Because this society is so fragile.
Yeah.
That's the point.
And it's really set on by what is it called? By means basis. Like the grocery stores, they don't really have back rooms. It's like, yo, we order just in the nick of time type of shit, man. That's how everything goes. But just let you miss off on one thing. Like people living paycheck to paycheck. Let you miss one paycheck and see how you gone, man.
You out of here. You can't get to the week, bro. Lights off, everything wrapped for your life. So this is where it's gonna be a hard time in America. All brother just says, it's fragile. One little thing goes askew, it's gonna set everything off askew. And everybody's life is gonna be turned upside down because you relied too much on the system. You didn't trust in Yahweh Shem Yashai, you trusted in Egypt. The scriptures told you, woe unto you. So woe unto you. Who's written? Yours written. Yeah, go ahead.
All right, back in Matthew 24, verse 7. For nation shall rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom, and there shall be famines and pestilences and earthquakes in diverse places. All these are the beginning of sorrows.
Read it again.
All these are the beginning of sorrows.
It's just the beginning, brothers. it's just we just at the top of the inning, man. All right. We are in the beginning of sorrows, and the world doesn't understand how awful it's gonna get out here. That is terrible shit. So if that's just the beginning, bruh, you gotta understand that only a certain group of people are gonna be worthy enough to survive and endure unto the end. As we're gonna read on a little bit more. Keep going.
Come. All these are the beginning of sorrows.
Just the beginning. Go ahead.
Then shall they deliver you up to be afflicted.
Go ahead.
That's how you know we've already begun to the
Exactly.
beginning, because they're ready to. It says then they're already ready. They're about to. What to say? Read it again. They're about to take step 2. The beginning have already started.
Yes.
We see the rumors of wars, the pestilence, the famine, all that has been taking place.
Yep.
And it's been increasing over the years. Now it's time to take it to step 2, man.
Yeah. Time for it.
Then shall they deliver you up to be afflicted, and shall kill you, and ye shall be hated of all nations for my name's sake.
Go ahead.
John, that's why they starting the demonization of the Israelites. Because what? They're ready. Esau, according to the Yahweh Shema Shai's plan, he's ready to go on to stage 2 now. He's phase 2. Now it's time to demonize them.
deliver
So
you up.
after all this has begun already, all throughout the world, because it's not just about America. America's the scene of great judgment, yes. But the Bible deals with the whole world.
Mm-hmm.
All right? Look at what's going on around the whole world for the last decade. We're in a new decade, right? Look what happened since 2009, all right, December 31st to today. There's a big difference in the world. Big difference. And what the brother just read, the beginning of sorrows, this whole decade was all about that. And now what they ended the decade off with? The persecution. The demonization of the Israelites, man. So what's the next move for Esau, man? It's right there.
Yep. That's it. I'll read that verse again now.
Come. It says, then shall they deliver you up to be afflicted,
Yep.
and shall kill you. And ye shall be hated of all nations for my name's sake.
That's right. For the Lord's name's sake, we're gonna have to go through this. We're gonna have to go through some pain, and some persecution, and some embarrassment. All right. That's the part we have entered into now. Okay. That's where we're in. Like the brother said, phase 2. All that pestilence, earthquakes, that's been happening.
Hey, but so like that first part, the pestilence, it's gonna get a lot worse, of course.
It's gonna get worse. Yeah,
That's why I said in the beginning, it's gonna get a lot worse.
You're like, oh shit, okay, the pestilence is over.
Yeah, don't act like we trying to skip over that. Nah, it's gonna get a lot worse.
It's gonna be in tandem with the persecution.
Exactly.
Okay. So it's not gonna get better. This place is, you can't put a band-aid on Babylon and heal it.
Simultaneously.
Simultaneously, baby. Now keep reading, brother.
Fine. It says, then shall they deliver you up to be afflicted, and shall kill you. And ye shall be hated of all nations for my name's sake.
Go ahead.
All right, and too, we always take in consideration some of this stuff happened in 70 AD, but it's gonna happen again.
Yeah, because a lot of that was talking about 70 AD, and a lot of it was talking about future prophecy, but ultimately that is happening.
Exactly.
This is the same thing is happening right now. Okay, it's the warning. This is the same. We're about to go into a hard, tough persecution, just like they did back in 70 AD.
And they were killed. They beheaded and stuff. So it show the Lord say this time. What he said. Some of you shall not taste death.
Yep.
Right. So that goes to show you, like,
when it happens again.
It happens again.
Well, like the brother just said, this is Rome all over again.
Yeah.
That's what happened over the first time,
So when it happens again, not all of us gonna die. You know what I mean? Lord will be those men.
Right.
Not all of us gonna die. So it goes to show you, shall kill you. The Lord said, shall not one head hair on your head perish. Some of you shall not taste death. So you got to be able to discern 70 AD and now. But a lot of this stuff is just reoccurrences.
Yeah, like flee ye up to the mountains. That was 70 AD.
Exactly.
That's why it's telling you don't be worried, don't be troubled about this. Just understand that this is gonna happen, but don't be troubled. I'll read that again.
It says, then shall they deliver you up to be afflicted, and shall kill you,
Right.
and ye shall be hated of all nations for my name's sake.
Go ahead.
And then shall many be offended, shall betray one another, and shall hate one another.
Mm-hmm. And now you're gonna start seeing you've been seeing that. Okay. They coming up against each other, hating each other, having issues with each other. Okay. Actually, keep reading because it's gonna get into wax.
And real quick, that's gonna what the brother just read. That's gonna really show itself in America mainly because I forgot. One of you brothers said this earlier that Americans, they really never see nothing. They've never felt no hardships. So when the shit hits the fan on the level that we talking about, people are gonna betray each other because they're all about me. They got self-ease. They all about themselves, instant gratification, self-gratification. Lovers of themselves. So that's why America is ultimately gonna be the greatest place of judgment with nukes, with all the prophecies that the Lord got coming. It's gonna be the worst here in America. You got brothers that say, oh, well, it's hard to live in a third world country. Well, it's gonna be even worse to live in America when the shit hits the fan. I'd rather be in a third world country than to be in America when shit hits the fan.
Absolutely, all day. Read on. I want to disappoint.
Verse 11. And many false prophets shall rise and shall deceive many.
Okay, and before we get, many false prophets are rising to see many. You got the Fopies coming up out of the blue now. Okay, you got the Fopies coming up. They're telling you that only Negroes are Israelites. All right, and when you go on their page, they're getting hundreds, thousands of views.
And they selling bulletproof vests.
And they're selling bulletproof vests. They're setting you
With
up.
fringes.
With fringes? Oh my God. Oh my God, bro. I just got, like, a piece of me died when you said that, bro. Like, that was something. They're setting y'all up to be destroyed, bro. Many false prophets. Read that false prophet scripture again.
And many false prophets shall rise and deceive many.
And these people are they have a lot of followers, and there's a lot of people that are con on their comment boards, on their comment boards, conning. Yeah. The comment boards. Con elder. Con artist. Yeah, con artist.
Shalawam.
Shalom. Shalom. Israel. Shalom, Israel. Yeah, man. That false prophets, bro. False prophets. You got, you know, not to mention names, but you got Sakari's talking some crazy shit. Talking about Paul going off, whatever the case is with that. A bunch of crazy stuff is going on with Israelites. And a lot of people, they have the most followers. These people have the most followers. When you got little us, prophecy.
The most hated.
They hate us guts.
But the most truth.
They won't even co-sign anything we say, bro. They rarely co-sign anything the elders say.
The simple fact of envy. When Yahushua came on the scene, the scribes and Pharisees, they pretty much envied him.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Oh, you the authority? You know, it's about authority, man. You know, it's the same thing with us. You know, we got the truth, so they envy us. You know, because they don't want to come up underneath the elders. If they say they're right, oh, they right. The mark of the beast, the chip, this is right. They have to come up underneath.
You gotta get on it. Yeah,
it's
order.
About authority. Yeah. You know, so it's envious. That's why they won't co-sign nothing we say. You know, just for the simple fact they don't like us. They, even though we speak in truth, they don't like us. So what we saying is BS.
Like a perfect example is Zabak. He said that the chip is part of the mark, but it ain't all of the mark. Bro, that's just pride, because they, like the brother said, they don't want to accept the reality that our apostles and elders had the truth.
They had it right the whole
100%
time.
truth. And then that would have to make them fall in line under us.
They
They would be under us, you know?
They've been dancing around it for 10 plus years, you know, or since the beginning of the, you know, whatever, since the beginning of the century. They've been dancing around it, like, you know, playing with it. And now it's starting to come out that the apostles are clearly right. And now you gotta like, yeah, it's kind of, yeah. No, bro, just
Ain't no microchip. You don't hear that.
Yo, humble up, man. Swallow your pride, bro. I'll have much more respect to you if you disagree with them, bro.
Well, nobody makes chips against or videos against the chip no more.
Yeah, because what are you gonna say?
Yeah,
what are you
exactly.
gonna say?
What are you gonna say?
Yeah, you can't say a goddamn thing because we can easily shoot that whole video down. Where everybody is commenting in your comment boards.
Yep.
We're gonna make a video and just completely dismantle everything you say about that because it's wrong. We are right. Everything we say is right. Everything you say is wrong.
Yep.
Simple as that. And we ain't saying it out of pride.
We say that off of faith.
Yeah, it just is what it is. We believe that what we're saying is the correct, is the only truth.
And we read that earlier. There's no God in their mouth. This was given to them from Yahweh,
Right.
man.
Yep.
Exactly.
So somebody gotta have that 100% truth. You know, it's not out of pride. It's just somebody has to fulfill that lot, man.
Yeah.
And we getting to the end of it all. If not, who and where is he, man? Somebody told you about this here truth, the name, who you were, about the prophecies, how you getting up out of here. Somebody had to give you that their message, man. All right, so stop beating around the bush, man. You know? Go ahead, brother.
They gonna show you they're not in it for the sake of the gospel.
Clout chasing.
Yeah.
Exactly. You know, I want them to reverence me as the this guru. You know, the all-knowing. You know, they're not doing it for the sake of the gospel. Like, look, well, I was shy for the thousands of followers that's following you. Lead them to the right path, man. You know, do you care? You don't really care about the people. It's more about you want them to view you as the superior, the knowledgeable one. Because if you give it to them, you know, if you give it to the elders, then they're like, oh, well, this nigga ain't really knowledgeable. Because he's saying what they saying is right. So let's follow them then. And they don't want that, bro. You know, they want that attention, that fame.
They want that high seat.
Yeah,
It's like you said earlier.
I got a quick precept.
Damn shame, you know.
This is the book of John, chapter 10 and verse 12.
Some water.
It says, but he that is an hireling and not the shepherd, whose own the sheep are not, seeth the wolf coming, and leaveth the sheep, and fleeth. And the wolf catches them and scattereth the sheep. That's what these other guys are. They don't give a damn about the flock that's following. like the brother was just saying, they just want to be see men. They just want to get that gratitude and get that money. They're just hired for it.
If the RFID is not marked to be, well, go get it. Go get it. If it's not, why y'all don't just go online and say, let me get it?
Why don't you teach that it's okay to get it? Why don't you make a video talking about it's good to get it?
And make a video you putting it in your hand.
Live stream.
Frame by frame.
Yeah, go ahead and do it. You know, so if it's not it, man, you know, but they ain't doing that shit, bro. You know? All right, reading on, it says, and many false prophets, back in Matthew 24:11, and many false prophets shall rise and shall deceive many, and because iniquity shall bound the love of many shall wax cold.
Yeah, see, that's what
Check the radar.
And that's because iniquity shall abound, the love of many shall wax cold. It's like we read in the verse 5 to the false prophets verse. Matter of fact, get 2 Corinthians 15 and verse like 19. And you, if you can get 2 Corinthians 6, verse.
This is a little drizzle. Yeah. This is the clouds. Yeah.
15 and 19? Yeah. This is 2 Ezra chapter 15, verse 19. A man shall have no pity upon his neighbor, but shall destroy their houses with the sword and spoil their goods because of the lack of bread and for great tribulation.
You see that? That sounds like love of many waxing cold. That sounds like that they're throwing our friendship out the window. That sounds like they're losing all morals because you're hungry. Okay? Because you've lived in America way too long and it's completely taken over your spirit. So now that once the things get shaken up a little bit and it seems like that there's really no turning back, you're gonna turn into a complete beast, a monster. You're gonna throw all morals out the window and you're just gonna go rape, ravage, and murder.
And look what they do.
Bread.
Look what they doing for that Popeye's chicken sandwich. And you can go to other restaurants and get food. It's not like you starving and Popeye's the only spot with some food.
People died. People died from that. Y'all not listening.
Hey, and it's still food out there,
Dog, people got killed for them damn sandwiches, bro.
Right.
You don't understand what we talking about, bro. Like we telling you, this is gonna be a serious situation out here.
And look at what happened in Venezuela, man. When the food started drying up out there, man, you had these big, like real big men or whatever, whatnot. You know, the women over there trying to get the rice and shit from the people that's distributing food out. And these dudes like, fuck that, I'm not going over there with all them over there fighting. I'm gonna just wait till this bitch walk away from this shit. I'm gonna just bash her over the head. What the fuck she gonna do? She a woman. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna just bash her over the head, take her shit. I'm gonna go home, feed my family, man.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? So you got this mindset here in America that, oh, we're women, all we gotta do is scream help and somebody gonna save us. Bro, in the time of where there's no food, man, you gonna have men killing their best friend. Like, yeah, we know this nigga got that doomsday shit up in the counter and shit. He got the food, we gonna go over there and take his shit. You know what I'm saying? This is my homie since we was, we were frat brothers or whatever, whatnot, man. But fuck that, I'm gonna go take his bread because I gotta go feed me and my kids, man.
No, he has it, and you need it. So you're gonna throw all your morals out the window. You're gonna kill this man that you grew up with so you can feed your family. Hey, it's written about in the scripture, the love of many shall wax cold. Just read it. I'll read that now.
This is 2 Ezra 6, you said 9? 24?
Yeah, friends.
Second Ezra, book of 2nd Ezra, chapter 6, verse 24. And at that time shall friends fight one against another like enemies, and the earth shall stand in fear of those that dwell therein. The springs of the fountains shall stand still, and in 3 hours they shall not run.
The first part of that verse, it says that friends shall be like enemies unto each other. Okay? Friends gonna be like enemies unto you. It's gonna flip. Everybody's gonna be an enemy. If they're not your family, if they're not your children or your wife, they're gonna be your enemy. Remember that. And I'm not saying that I'm not talking to you brothers. I'm talking about the people in this world. People in the world, they're gonna see everybody as their enemy. We're gonna look at people as our enemy too, absolutely. But the Lord's gonna have our backs. These people out here, they have no defense. And then the last part of that verse, it says, "Where the springs of the fountain shall stand still." You ain't gonna be able to get this truth no more. You're not gonna be able to get comfort anymore because you waited too long. Time's up. You waited too long. Now the horrible prophecies are coming to pass, and the prophets are off the streets, and you have no food, no water, and your car just got stolen. What are you gonna do? No AC. It's in the summertime. It's Christmas in July, and you ain't got no gifts, bro. You fucked.
Hey, real quick, you know how the spirit of these people, I would say Jake, but really the spirit of all these people here, man. Let's just talk about Jake. But let's say Jake wound up getting a new car or a new job or got a new house, got something new, right? Other Jake start, hey, this nigga think he on some kind of level now. He got him a new whip or whatever. Fuck that nigga in his new Charger or whatever, whatnot, right? Same way with Esau, man. You know, you see Jake riding around in a new Rolls Royce or some shit like that. Esau gonna have to go pull his ass over or some shit. Clearly he didn't get this off by some legal means or whatever, whatnot, man. So how much more in that day, man, when you seem to have a little better off than the next man, people looking for food, man. How much, you know, they doing this now over like carnal things, you know, they got a better car than me or whatever, whatnot. Oh, now this motherfucker got food over there, man. Yeah, that's your best friend or whatever, whatnot, but they got food over there, man. Oh, he think he better than me, he don't want to share with me, man? Fuck that, we gonna go over there and take it, man. You know what I'm saying?
Or you might try to steal it, like on a low, so you don't lose your friendship, and then your friend catches you try to steal it.
Now you gotta kill him.
You see? We're telling you this. That's a pretty sounding civic. But doesn't get off topic, but golly. But you won't kill your friend, bro. This is gonna happen all across Babylon. And there's really nothing you can do to stop it, because you ain't gonna be able to stop the prophets. They're gonna come like birth pains. Go ahead, brother.
Okay.
I got a quick precept to go with the part on 2nd Ezra 6, the last part where it says fountains.
So should be going.
It says those that the wells are in, the springs of the fountain shall stand still. All right, talking about the truth. This is St. John, book of St. John, chapter 7, verse 38. He that believeth on me, as the scripture has said, out of his belly shall flow rivers of living water.
It says, he that believeth on me, as the scripture has said, right? All right, so that's very important. Go ahead and speak on it.
Out of his belly shall flow rivers of living water. So, out of you believe, that's like brothers up here believe. So that's why out of our belly is flowing rivers of living water, which is life, the word. So it says, the springs of the fountain shall stand still. So what's gonna happen to us? We're gonna be gone. We're gonna stop preaching the word. You know? So, you know, that water, that living water, you ain't gonna be able to drink from it.
It's not gonna be flowing no more, bro.
No?
And that doesn't mean that it doesn't exist, because it's gonna be within us. But you ain't get it. You was in.
We ain't gonna be out on the streets.
Nah, dog.
You didn't get a chance to drink of it.
Nah, yeah, you didn't even know.
Yeah, you're gonna find the
And
salt
if you
waters.
would've drunk of it, you
Mosquito
wouldn't
water.
live. You wouldn't have to thirst forever. Yeah. Oh, okay.
Well, the scripture tell you that there's gonna be salt waters found, and so that's where you're gonna find some bullshit.
Yep.
You ain't gonna find the truth.
That's
They're gonna make you
Amos.
think it's the truth.
That's Amos.
The second Ezra,
Oh, I thought
yeah,
it was
it's
chapter
5, yeah.
This is John chapter 4, verse 14. But whosoever drinketh of the water that I shall give him shall never thirst.
Ooh, man, read that one again, brother.
John 4 and 14. But whosoever drinketh of the water that I shall give him shall never thirst.
And that's us, brothers. We drink of that water. Yeah. All right, so we're not searching for different philosophies anymore. We're not searching for the truth anymore. We found it. We're good, bro. Because I know I can attest for at least half of you brothers up here. Y'all was looking for the truth before you found the truth. I was looking for the truth before I found the truth. And once I found it, I said, well, I guess we're good. I don't got to search no more. I can put this Egypt shit away. I can put this Christianity shit away. All right? It can forget everything you just learned. Reset, wipe it all out, and we're going to start brand new. That's a newborn baby. All right? We're never going to thirst if you got this truth. And that goes for anybody out there that listens, that's trying to listen and get a true understanding of this. You're not going to thirst because you found the truth, baby. You drinking of the waters. You drinking of the correct waters. All right?
Finish it off.
Oh, please.
It says, in the same verse 14, but the water that I shall give him shall be in him, to tie back to the scripture that he just read, that I shall give him shall be in him a well of water springing up into everlasting life.
Never
thirst, never be dried up again.
Nah, dog. It's gonna be exactly. You said never gonna be dried up. We never all fizzled out. Nah, man, we're gonna be completely hydrated, baby. We're gonna be running optimally. All right, it's spiritual. Okay, it's a
The
spiritual.
spirit don't die.
No, spirit. It's energy.
Always, exactly. It's always living. So if you drink spiritual water, what's gonna happen?
Hey, man.
You ain't gonna never thirst.
What you mean? Nothing else to look for. You don't need to go fill up your cup no more. You're ready to drink it, baby. It's within. Now, all right, and that's why that's talking about going back into knowledge, wisdom. What does it say? Wisdom, knowledge, and stability at that time. All right, because that's that water. All right, that's gonna keep us hydrated in the times that we're in right now and the times that are about to come. We need that, bro. Like without it, there's no chance, no chance. Only thing is death. It keeps leading to death. Trust me, I've done the math. Without this water, everything it just keeps going to death. Like there's no way around it. It ends in death every time.
Pull out a calculator.
Adam machine.
Yeah, it ain't looking good.
Still in there.
Go back to Matthew 25. Oh gosh.
St. Matthew's 24. 3:12. St. Matthew's 24 and 12. And because iniquity shall abound, the love of many shall wax cold.
All right, and you guys right back to that. Okay, we're telling you, this is something that's happening now all over the earth, and it's soon gonna happen here in your hometown. When the shit really does hit the fan, and America is under a national emergency.
Hey, and to link up a scenario with that, we just brought out that the rivers of living water is gonna stop. All right, and also too, it said, because iniquity shall abound, the love of many shall wax cold. That's when the people that drunk of that water, Matthew 25, going back to the versions again, that's when they gonna tell you go to the sellers that buy.
You feel me? Dish your ass.
No, that's it. Go to the sellers and buy.
Go copy it.
Because that's it. I can't. Martial law kick. Now I don't have time to sit here
Frame everything in.
and break down.
Break down these things to you now. Go to Fopi, man. Go to Fopi.
So
Go to Fopi.
let's link that up. It says a very important scripture right here. Matthew 24 and 13. But he that shall endure unto the end, the same shall be saved.
Read it again, read real slow.
Matthew 24 and 13. But he that shall endure unto the end, the same shall be saved.
All right, and the key word there is end. You have to endure to the end. You can't just endure up to the end and then stop there. You gotta endure all the way through to the end. And guess what you will get after that? You will get salvation. That's the end game. And the Lord said He'll give it to us. The Lord said that some of us aren't going to taste death. So don't worry about the death part. Just forget the death part. If it happens, it happens. But don't worry about that. I remember on the conference call we talked about death a while back. It was probably a few months ago. We talked about people were always worried about death and scared of death. We won't focus on that. All right. So if you're focusing on how am I gonna die? Am I gonna die? Well, guess what? The Lord's gonna kill you.
We serve a living God.
We serve a living. We don't deal with no death over here, bro. We don't deal with death. We don't. Death isn't in our mind 24/7. Okay. On our mind is the kingdom of heaven, it's everlasting life.
And we don't fear death. Because death it happens to everyone except for those elect, the members that will not taste it. Because death is just a state of being. You're not dead. You're just sleeping.
You're
like
not these
Lord
bodies.
said.
You got to remember, you're not these bodies. You're inhabiting these bodies. The body, dies or whatever case. Your spirit is eternal.
If that's why, if I may add, that's why people fear it. Because people fear what they don't understand. They think they're gonna die. It's gonna be just pitch black and they're done. But really, if you die, you're going to the Lord.
A real good place.
That's why we don't fear death.
And eventually, we about to have everlasting life anyway. So shit.
That's the point. But a lot of people they worried about it because the Bible's very violent. And death is all over the Bible. But the key verses in the Bible tell you that you don't have to really worry about that. Don't focus on that. Okay? And just worry about enduring it all the way up into the end. You're going to see death. Matter of fact, when you go into the book of Psalms 91, it talks about you're going to see mad death, but none of it's going to touch you. You know what I mean? Go ahead.
And add on to Yahweh Shai, when he was giving up the spirit, what did he say? He said, now he's going to paradise, man. So, you're not going to die. You're going to get to heaven. Just backing up the brother Ice, back to the spirit world.
If I can say this real quick, too. I noticed, too, people that is really afraid of death, they're really entangled with this world. They got stuff in this world that they like, that they don't want to lose. Like, I got a family. This need me. I got this going
Riches,
on.
yeah.
That's really why they they'd be afraid to lose their position or their place they got here. Because if you lost your life, if you don't really care about this life, when it's time to go, you wouldn't really be thinking about what you got to lose.
No baggage.
Just
Whatever.
like
Exactly.
Yeah.
perfect example is the movie 300. Your brother seen that? Their priority in what they were fighting for was what? The glory, but their country. They didn't care if it came to death. They said it was when they saw all them boats. They said it's gonna be a glorious death. This is a great way to die, because they understood what they were fighting for. Now, like the scriptures say, wherever your heart is, there, or wherever your treasures is, there your heart shall be. Now, if your heart, like the brother just said, if your heart is in this world, then this is where your treasures, right? So your heart's gonna be in this world. So you're afraid to leave all of it, because this is where it's at for you. But for a spiritual man, knowing that this is nothing but carnal things, all right. But his mind, his treasure is in the heavens, so he don't care. If you die, you die. If you have to die, you have to die. Like a pawn on the chessboard. A pawn ain't thinking about if he got to die. His job is to die, get sacrificed.
Yeah.
So that we got to come in that same mindset, because ultimately we know all this is gonna perish anyway.
And faith to kick in, because you got faith. Your works to carry on with you in your next life.
Yep.
You know that everything you've done here wasn't in vain.
What say about a good name?
Exactly.
A good name will go on. The riches, they go on to the next man. But a good name, that goes on forever.
Perfect. Ecclesiastes 7.
Verse 14. Hey, and if I can say something real quick on this verse, it says, "But he that shall endure unto the end, the same shall be saved." Personally, that scripture helped me out a lot. When you're down in the spirit, you wonder if you're a man of the Lord, you wonder if the Lord dealing with you or not. Hey, he that endure the end, the same shall be saved. Always keep that in mind. Like, and the Lord dealing with me, because we have those highs and lows in the truth. You wonder if the Lord's still dealing with you, or like you just, the demons, they mess with you, man. Because it's not, when you ain't with the brothers, it's nothing but demons and doubt all around you. But it's like, hey, if I endure to the end, I'm gonna be saved. Plain and simple. I ain't stopped. As long as you don't stop, keep enduring, you're gonna be saved. No matter how low you feel, no matter how bad you're feeling, keep that in mind. If I keep the faith unto the end, I'm gonna be saved. So it's just a real simple thing that has always helped me out a few times, in my walk in the faith. Matthew 24:14, and this gospel of the kingdom shall be preached in all the world for a witness unto all nations, and then shall the end come.
And this is where we've been at. This gospel has been preached throughout the planet Earth. All right, that prophecy come to pass. All right, then the end shall come. So once the prophets are out and they're all in the four corners of the globe, yes they are, preaching this gospel, the good and the bad. All right, the dirty parts of the Bible, the wonderful kingdom of heaven, preach about the death, preach about the destruction, we preach about the coming of our Lord. All right, that's being preached throughout the four corners of the earth. So what's next after that? The end. All right, and the end's gonna go out with a bang. All right, so that's what this is a beautiful time to be alive right now, especially if you find yourself in this truth. All right, if you're calling on the true name and you doing what you're supposed to do, it's a beautiful thing to be in this truth. The end is nigh. It's coming. We are this close to the next phase. The Lord just brought us into this new decade, so to speak, and there's a whole new vibration out here. We're going right back into war, baby. Okay, and I'm talking about these countries, these nations. They killing each other, blowing each other up. That's prophecy, and we've been telling you this. Go ahead and bring that out, and we're gonna switch up a little bit.
This is the book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 7, verse 1. A good name is better than a precious ointment, and the day of death than the day of one's birth.
Yeah, because we was talking about that earlier. Okay? It says a good name is better than precious ointment. So us out here that are preaching this word throughout the four corners of the earth, prophesy the coming of our Lord and the downfall of this wicked kingdom, All right, that's giving us a good name in the eyes of Yahweh Bashim Yahshai, the one that really matters. And I don't want to. It doesn't matter about a good name to JoJo of the block if he likes me. I could give a shit if he likes me or not. I want to be in the good graces of Yahweh Bashim Yahshai. All right. Read it again, Public Show.
This is the book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 7, verse 1. A good name is better than the precious ointment, and the day...
A good name is better than precious ointment real quick because, during these time periods, because paper wasn't always considered money. So during that time you had like oil, you had salt or something that was like, one point in time salt was like money. It was worth a lot of money. So precious ointment, that would be like another money.
Hey, remember when
you know what I mean?
Real quick, remember when the woman anointed Yahweh's feet?
Yeah.
The alabaster box. The disciples were like, "Man, we could have sold that."
Yeah.
Going to show you the value of that oil. It was a precious oil that she was anointing his feet with. And wash her hair with his feet. And they were like, "Man, what's she doing? We could have sold that." But that's when Yahweh went into, because they weren't thinking of this scripture, because his name was more excellent than that oil,
yeah,
that precious oil. But his name was about to be exalted above all names.
And her name, it said the same verses spoke about like her being like, this work that she did shall be mentioned.
Yeah, exactly.
So she gave up the money, which was the oil, to
For
do a
that,
deed.
Exactly.
Do a work.
And she's written in this book.
Yep, and she was written about, like I said.
She got a good name.
Hey, and look, that's the spirit. We speaking about her right now today.
Exactly.
And she did that 1,000 years ago. That work that she did. So
So she got a good name.
Yeah.
Over than the precious ointment.
Exactly. She could have kept that ointment 2,000 years ago. We wouldn't even be speaking about it.
Exactly. That's an
We
example.
wouldn't even be talking about it right now. But she did that good deed and kept that good name. She gave up the riches of the oil, of the money, which was likened unto money, the oil, and she did a good deed,
So us doing what we're doing. Oh, sorry, go ahead. I was saying, us doing what we're doing out here, we preaching His word, waking up the elect. All right, this is a good work that brothers are doing. All right, this is righteous work in the eyes of the Lord, the eyes of the God of Israel. This is a righteous work. This is what we were meant to be doing out here. All the shit we was doing when we was younger. All right, that's not what we was put on this earth to do. This is what we were put on this earth to do. And now we're getting a good name for ourselves, and it's shining in the eyes of Yahweh Bashim Yahushai. Now read it again. Read it. I'm talking the second part of the verse.
Ecclesiastes chapter 7, verse 1. A good name is better than the precious ointment, and the day of death than the day of one's birth.
Yeah, so the day of death is actually better than one's birth. All right, when you out of this bitch, you know what I'm saying? That should be one of the happiest days of your life.
Yeah, they should cry when you're born and celebrate when you die, instead of celebrate when you're born and cry when you die.
Throw a party.
Yeah, they should throw a party when you die, man. He's good now. He's good.
Like, fuck, another one into this.
Yeah, it's like, damn.
That's why,
baby, man.
Why do you think babies cry when they're born? That's not biblical. I'm saying.
Not this shit again.
Hey, didn't not Job 3rd chapter?
Yeah.
Why didn't I die from the womb?
Yes.
You know?
Yeah, man. Like, fuck, I'm back on this fucking rock again? God damn, no, say it ain't so.
Yeah, how much worse now?
Yeah.
You're born into artificial light.
Yeah, big ass light.
Yeah, fucking putting shit up your nose.
Yeah. They're sticking you with all types of shit.
Yeah.
Like, damn, last time I was down here, they were sticking me with all this shit.
The GMO vaccinations, all kind of shit. Jeez.
With that Samuel Saul situation, he brought it back like, man, what the hell was going on?
Yeah.
Your ass finna be with me tonight.
Yeah.
Like, shit, I was chilling, I was good.
Yeah, you wake me up for this? Yeah, man, day of one death is better than birth, because you're born into a wicked world, and you have to live a life through this. You have to live a full life through this wicked world. And if you're not slated to live a full life, that means you could die in time a horrible way. Hit by a car, that's a horrible way to go. You know, you could be 13 years old, you done lived 13 years, and you're 20-something years old, and you just go out by getting hit by a bus because you didn't look.
Or a straight bullet or something.
Yeah, you just, walking your dog. And
Or you broke your ankle and you can't move off the railway tracks.
And then you just die, yeah. Some train hits you.
It was that Final Destination type shit.
Yeah, hit by a train? Yeah. That's how you died, though? How the fuck you manage that? The Lord must have hated your guts. got hit by a train, and I seen it was funny too because last year or something like that. I say last year, maybe like 2017, 2018. I remember there was a story where a dude got a woman got hit by a train, bro. Got hit by a fucking train, dog. Like she went out like that.
And it's not like a train just pops out of nowhere. Fucking train tracks. You're standing on the train tracks. So the Lord really hates you if you get hit by a train.
It's coming. You see it coming. Like whoa.
It's not going. It's not gonna swerve out the way. You see where the tracks are. You know.
That's right. Yeah. That bitch. Stupid bitch. Yeah, and she dropped her cell phone on the track and she went down to go get it.
Oh, kind. And that was in the subway.
Yeah.
Yeah, up in New York.
Yeah.
New York, kind.
I think you said it.
Oh, okay, kind.
I remember that shit, bro. That shit was.
Or Chicago, one of those. Yeah.
And then you watch the uncensored version of that shit. You're like, oh fuck, God. You know, that shit was on that Rotten.com. What was it? Best Score.
Yeah, Best Score. Yeah. What's that one website? Best Score.
Yeah.
Best Score.
Yeah, I wouldn't go on that no more, man.
No, the one you talking, the one we usually send out.
Yeah, that's Best Score.
Best Score. Okay.
They have some funky shit when you click on. You gotta say that you're not a robot and do all these questions. I'm like, boy, they
Never
cracking down on
mind.
that shit.
Yeah, never mind.
Be viewing that stuff.
I watch this shit on.
I'll stay away for now.
Yeah, but you can see the uncensored version of that shit. I saw that shit though. She got rolled up on a train though. You know, but the day of one death is better than one's birth because you're being sent back to the Lord, the spirit world.
Hey, going back.
And you're at rest.
Going back to what we were saying earlier, we these angels that's in these chains of darkness, man. Once your spirit get up out of this goddamn these hellholes, man. Hey, your spirit be rejoicing, man. You go back to the Heavenly Father anyway, man.
We don't even know what it's like. It's like, you know, because really, you're down here. You already started a whole life down here and everything.
Yeah, we never felt paradise.
You know, even myself, I'll be like, damn, I got family, I got all this shit. You know, I'll be like, damn, I gotta leave them. But when you go up to the spirit world, you're like, yo, I don't care, I ain't going back.
Yeah.
You can't make me go back down there, bro. I'm with the Lord now. I'm in peace and paradise. You know, you at rest. Your spirit is at rest for a few generations, whatever the case may be. That's life, bro. Read on, brother. Oh no, I'm sorry. Read on.
This is Ecclesiastes chapter 7 and verse 3. No, let me go back to verse 2.
Yeah.
It says, it's better to go into the house of mourning than to the house of feasting. For that is the end of all men, and the living will lay it to his heart.
That's right. It says it's better to go to the house of mourning. Keep that open here. It's better to go to the house of mourning than to go to the house of feasting. So we're mourning right now because we understand that we're out here in the wicked world. We were born into a wicked world. Maybe we didn't realize it at first, but now living in this world and finding out the truth, we now understand that this is a wicked world. This is contrary to everything that is righteous. So what? We are in the house of mourning now. Okay? We want to serve the Lord. We understand that we don't want this. We don't want this for our children. We don't want this for our loved ones. We want this to be we actually want this to be destroyed. This is the house of mourning. But everybody else, they
living it up.
They're living it up. This is their world. This is all they know. Esau ruling over the world. They can't imagine the white man not ruling. They can't imagine that. That's crazy talk.
That's actually detrimental to today's society, to their mindset. Like, well, if he ain't ruling, what you mean? Like coming up out of Egypt, man.
What, you gonna do it? You gonna rule, nigga?
Yeah, coming up out of Egypt. At least in Egypt we had fish and shit, man. You know what I'm saying? Or like in the days of Noah, man. They wanted eating and drinking and being they in the house of mirth, man. Leaks. And then you talk to us, it's like, you always bringing down the parade, man. You always got to talk about negativity. This is the shit that's coming, man.
Yes, I do.
But this is why you're gonna get caught like a thief in the night, because you just got these blinders up. You just want to keep being in the house of mirth. And bro, it's dark and gloomy and it's coming.
That's why we don't even talk about it with these people no more. We don't even mention this to nobody no more because
it's a waste of time.
It's a waste of time. It's a waste of energy, a waste of breath. Yeah. Just let them love it. Let them, just like Easter, like it says about Easter, rejoice and be glad. You rejoice and be glad too. You love it so goddamn much, love it. Then continue to love it. Rejoice and be glad.
Cash out.
You rich, you a rich hood rich nigga. All right, then rejoice and be glad. Live it up, bro. Live it up. Enjoy your life, bro. And I'm not saying it's now, it's bad to have money and shit. It is shit. Brothers got money.
Money's the defense.
Don't think like you got a little money, you wicked. No, it's okay, bro.
That's how you use it.
Yeah, it's okay to have paper, but I'm just talking about if that's what your heart is at, then you're not a spiritual man. The Lord ain't really dealing with you. You just go ahead and deal with your money. Don't marry your money. All right, we're gonna be married to the Lord. We don't.
Ecclesiastes chapter 7 and verse 3, sorrow is better than laughter.
Sorrow is better than laughter. And yes, we are sorrowful up here because we were once niggas. We were once in the world. We was once doing worldly things, contrary to the Lord's will. Yeah, we're sorrowful for that. Yeah, we
Repentant spirit.
you know. Of course, we're sorrowful for that. Read it again. Sorrow is better than laughter, sir.
Ecclesiastes 7:3, sorrow is better than laughter.
Go ahead.
For by the sadness of the countenance, the heart is made better.
That's right. So that's us being really healed. Understanding, you know, the wickedness of the world. All right, brother. Understanding the wickedness of the world that we was once involved in. That actually makes the countenance of the heart better.
Hey, if I can say real quick, hey, that's just like in a regular life, man. Sometimes when you know you done messed up, let's say you're in a relationship with a woman, right? And you know you want to messing up some kind of way, she want to leave you, you want to doing wrong by her or whatever, whatnot. You got two paths you can take. You can be proud, oh fuck that bitch, she on some other shit, she just crazy or whatever, whatnot. Or you can just be like, you know what? I did fuck this bitch over. I did go and fuck up her credit, wrecked her car. You know what I'm saying? Threw a party at her mom and them house and shit, and they just stole everything out the house. I was fucked up. I'm sorry. Now she done left me. I feel bad about it because I know I fucked up. You know what I'm saying? Versus, I don't know, man. She was just bugged out, man. You know, I gotta go get another woman to go do this, whatever, whatnot, man.
Right.
So look, if you gotta, like how we are, man, we know, oh damn, reading the scriptures, we got cut. We're not supposed to be doing this. We're not supposed to be doing that. This is why we're in this condition. So now we feel sorrowful, and we're in this condition. Like, what is that? Micah 7 and 9 say, all right, I will bear the indignation of the Lord because I've sinned against him. All right, so this is why we understand we sorrowful. Like, damn, you know what? We messed up. You know, that's you right, man. We fucked up. We deserve this, you know. But 2/3 of our people, they walking around proud. Ah, y'all believe that Bible shit? Nah, fuck that. Whatever, whatnot. You know, we just living it up. Everything is all good because why? They don't see what they've done to be in the conditions that they in. They just proud. They just think that, oh well, whatever. We're gonna make the best of whatever we can right now, man.
Read that verse again.
All right, this is Ecclesiastes chapter 7 and verse 3. Sorrow is better than laughter, for by the sadness of the countenance, the heart is made better.
And you notice that one way you can, you notice that is by fasting, right? When you fast, you're in a serious ass mind state, bro. Like my thoughts are clear, I'm thinking clear, I'm thinking more spiritually. You know, cause why? You're mourning, your flesh is weak. They get your spirit time to strengthen, man. Cause the flesh is when the flesh eating the flesh is powerful. You know, it's lustful. So that's why you like fast to kind of like condemn that flesh, to weaken it, and then you notice your mind and your thoughts. You thinking more clearly, you thinking more spiritually. You zeroed in, like tunnel vision. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and a lot of time, well, all the time, when you fast, it's because you're in the mourning state of mind.
Yep, exactly.
Why would they fast?
Right.
David told me, why do you fast? To atone for your sins.
Yep.
So you don't just fast, I want to
Exactly.
fast today, you feel good. Nah, you're fasting to be in that mourning state where
Yep.
you feel bad for whatever you may have done.
Or you meditate on
Exactly.
that. So just real quick, it's Matthew 9 verse 14. It says, then came to him the disciples of John, saying, why do we and the Pharisees fast often, but thy disciples fast not? And Yahushua said unto them, can the children of the bride chamber mourn as long as the bridegroom is with them? But the days will come when the bridegroom shall be taken from them, and he was, all right, and he hasn't came back yet. But through the Spirit, the Comforter, of course, but physically he ain't came back yet, all right? And the bridegroom shall be taken from them, and then shall they fast. So, we in the morning. I brought that scripture to show you we in the morning stage right now, man. All right, till Yahushua come back, then we can be joyful. We ain't got shit to be joyful about. All right?
Except for the persecution and the prophecies.
Exactly.
Right.
Like far as in this world,
it.
it's
exactly.
nothing.
Yep.
It's nothing to be joyful about. What you waking up? Oh, I get to work today.
Oh, it's New Year.
You know what I mean? But-
Another year of taxes.
Exactly. But the morning, it puts you in that mind state of you reflect about what you've been going through,
Right.
Or what you did, man. It just puts you in a good mind state. Morning, that's why I say, morning is
Gotta
better
be
go to the house of mourning, man, because it's betterness of the heart.
It puts you in that
It
perspective.
just puts you in a good mind.
Examining yourself.
Exactly. Yep.
It clears your mind. You get closer to the Lord when you do that.
And that's when that's when you find your weaknesses. like Superman. What he had to do, he had to think about, he had to examine himself to see what was his shortcomings. Then what he do, he fixed it, and then he became better, you know? And that's what happens when you in that morning state, or especially when you fast too, you know? You're in that mentality of examining yourself, seeing your faults, repenting or whatever, you know, and then working on it. You can't just, all right, oh shit, you know, I did fuck up on that. All right, we good. Now you gotta meditate on it. Don't do it again. Improve yourself. See what led you up to that, to make that mistake. And you know, it's more than just about thinking about it. It's about action. You know.
That shows wisdom, man.
Exactly.
You know, when you do that. Matter of fact, you can get if you can get Ecclesiastes 1 in the last verse. And hold that. You got some.
No, I was just gonna say I can grab it right there.
Oh, yeah. Oh, you can get it if you got it real quick.
Yeah, if you're already there.
I'm like at 2 pages over. Ecclesiastes
yeah.
1 or what?
The last verse.
1 and 18.
18. Okay, so.
I got it.
This Ecclesiastes 1 and verse 18. For much wisdom is much grief, and he that increaseth knowledge increases sorrow.
Yeah, you see that? So the more we in this truth, the closer the more sorrowful you're to get, because you understand that, damn, really, everything I knew in this world to be right is actually wrong, and that fucks you up. All right, there's stages to it too, because sometimes you get into it, you gung ho about it, you don't care, and then you start gaining more knowledge. All right, you start increasing in wisdom, and then at the same time, what happens? You start getting more and more sorrowful. You start getting more and more reserved,
Vexed.
You know, vexed like Lot. You know, everything pisses you off. You know, whether you show it on outwardly or not, you keep it inside. Everything just irks you.
Hey, because going in, what is that? I think Isaiah 24, 25, how everything is turned upside down, all right, because of the people that's ruling this here place, man. The more you know, especially in these scriptures, man, the more your eyes open up, man. The more you see how things is all fucked up, man. You know, like any of us, you know, like I can speak for myself. Before I came into this here truth, I didn't think that things were so bad how things were, man. I didn't think the Edomites, you know, I didn't know who the Edomites were, but I didn't think that they were so bad, man. No, I didn't think the so-called white man was a damn devil, because I couldn't see what was going on. But then when things got opened up and revealed, like, oh shit, the water polluted, the air polluted, the minds of the people is all polluted, and the one culprit that's doing all these things is the so-called white man. It's like, you start being grieved, like, damn, this nigga has been a devil the whole time, and every move he make is fucking demonic, man. You know what I'm saying? And you start thinking about, hey, the mindsets of these people, man. And you start seeing certain things, like how the scriptures say, their countenance does show forth. All right, you know, going into, you know, a lot of those sodomites, but not just that. A lot of these people around here, man, the same thing going on with them. For instance, the women walking around like, oh yeah, she's a fucking whore, bro, just based off of, you know, her attire and shit like that, man. But nevertheless, you know what I'm saying? When you get this here type of knowledge, you start becoming privy to these things, man. Your eyes are opened up, and it brings you sorrow and grief, man. And you can just look out and see, like, you know what? Yeah, my son going through the schooling system. Yeah, he gonna end up like this or whatever, whatnot. You know, my wife is into this philosophy. She gonna end up like this or whatever, whatnot, man. Oh yeah, I'm working for these Edomites. This is how I'm gonna wind up being treated, man. You know what I'm saying? So, hey, with that knowledge, man, comes this here grief, man.
That's right. Yeah. You more just trust us. We we ain't been doing it as long as some people have been doing it, but there's little tenure that we have in this truth. Trust us. You get so sorrowful, man. You get just vexed. You're in a bad mood. It sounds like something you don't want to be involved in. I understand.
Wait, that's why it's a lot. Not to cut you off, but because the Lord knew we was gonna hate this world so much after finding out the truth. That's why He gave us the Comforter. That's why we able to keep on going, because we got the Comforter.
That's how we can endure. Yep. Yeah, because we have the truth. We have the Comforter. Because if we didn't have that, then we would
we'd be taking up arms, you know.
Yeah, we would have done trying to fight this man. Yep. We'd have been done trying to fight this man and lost horribly.
Hey, real quick, the scriptures say that the scripture's gonna be sweet in your mouth and bitter in your belly.
Yep.
Also, Solomon said, hey, vanity is all is vanity, man. Yes. Solomon was damn near one of the watch, well, you know, save your house shot, but you know that's going into, that's neither here nor there. Yeah, but nevertheless, you know, Solomon, hey, he found out a whole lot of things, man. And once he found out all these things, he was rich as fuck too, man. You know what I'm saying? Going into all that, and he had all these women, but he was like, vanity, all is vanity, man. So once you understand certain things, like he said with the riches, man. Yeah, I'm all rich, this and that now, but guess what? When I die, I gotta pass this on to somebody else. And ain't no telling, you know, I could be doing all the righteous things with this here money, and he gonna go to the strip club and just throw it all on one bitch in 20 minutes and just walk out and be like, damn, we just made it rain on that hoe, and that's it. All the riches that I done fought for, put these people in subjection for, and all these things I slaved for, this motherfucker went to the casino and bet it all on black in one roll, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's just vanity and vexation, man.
Go ahead, read it now.
Con, this is Revelation 10 and 8. The book of Revelation, chapter 10, verse 8, and it reads, "And the voice which I heard from heaven spake unto me again, and said, Go and take the little book which is open in the hand of the angel, which standeth upon the sea and upon the earth." Verse 9, "And I went unto the angel and said unto him, Give me the little book."
And it's a lot. Read that again. Read off the verse.
Verse 8 or 9?
Yeah, the first verse, or the previous verse. Yeah.
Revelation.
About the sea and the land.
Revelation 8,
Just hit it.
9, verse 8. "And the voice which I heard from heaven spake unto me again and said, Go and take the little book which is open in the hand of the angel, which standeth upon the sea and upon the earth."
That's a chariot. There's another account where the chariot comes down, and it might be in Ezekiel. Where are you at?
I'm in Revelation.
Okay, yeah. So it's in Ezekiel. It tells you about that it was a chariot. It doesn't say chariot, but it tells you that one leg or one was on the land, and then one foot was on the sea. You know, that's how big the chariot is. You know, the landing gear, so to say.
Landing gear.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Reading on, Elon. All right. It says, verse 9, "And I went unto the angel and said unto him, Give me the little book. And he said unto me, Take it, eat it up, and it shall make thy belly bitter, but it shall be in thy mouth sweet as honey."
See that? So you take this book, it says take it and eat it up, all right? Which we have done. And by doing so, what do you gain? You gain knowledge, wisdom, and understanding. But what did it say? It says it shall be in your stomach, your belly, bitter. So going back into
Go in sweet.
It's going sweet in your mouth. It's going to taste sweet. However, when it settles, do I really want to be a part of this?
It's when that bitter.
Yeah. I don't know if I could do all this. I don't know if I could do like you guys do. You know what I'm saying?
We've heard them words before.
Yeah.
And that goes to the parable. The dog returned to his vomit.
Yeah.
Because when it's bitter, either you're going to hold it, keep it in there, learn it like the brother just brought out. That's why we went to the scriptures, Ecclesiastes 1 and 18. He that increases knowledge increases sorrow. That's that bitter, the sorrow. Because you learn all this stuff and it's like the Matrix, Cypher.
Yeah.
He said, I don't want to know. I want to forget everything.
Ignorance is bliss.
Yeah, ignorance is bliss, the water. I don't want to know. So what? He threw it up. He's like, because he don't want to know. I don't want to know the, because when you went back to the ship, you saw the real food. It was slop. It's like, damn.
The vitamins, the minerals, all you need.
You know? But in the Matrix, he's eating a steak. It's juicy.
I know
that's
it's
what
not
it
real,
like.
but
Exactly. You know? So, it being bitter, learning all this shit, man. You know, about Esau, Edom, it's just like, fuck.
It's a bit much for the average person, man.
You know? Just wanna go. That's why Neo, he ended up throwing up.
Yeah.
He popped.
Yeah.
He's
he's
gonna
gonna
pop.
play. And I'm Cypher that said it. He's gonna pop.
Yeah.
And that's like the normal reaction. Go
Now I'm
ahead.
saying this too. He's like, you can't go back.
Yeah, yeah.
What you did?
That's why he gave you the option.
Yeah.
You know?
Exactly.
And that's the Lord. The Lord ultimately gives you the choice. He calls you. You ain't got it, because many people have been called. But they, where they at? You know. But going back to the movie, The Matrix. What's it called? Damn, I forgot much. Go ahead. It was a good one.
It'll probably come back, but he popped. He threw it up. But what about Neo? He was the one. He was chosen. So just like Jonah, if you chosen or whatever, you can't go back anyways. Now you stuck.
Oh, that's like Morpheus said. Would you really want to go back?
Yeah.
Would you really want to go back? That's what it comes in the scripture about counting the cost, man. Because that's why he said before Morpheus gave him the pill, he said, think about it. You know, he said, think about it. You know?
Yeah, he was about to grab it. He's like, easy now, brother.
I'm just showing you the way. But
don't just go grab it.
That's the thing. You gotta, all right, well, shit. You know, this is what the scripture say. This is what brothers are telling me. All right, maybe this is the way. But think about that before you pick up that plow, because once you pick it up, there ain't no going back. You can't go back. Because even if you do go back, like Cypher, he was trying to get rid of. I don't want to remember nothing.
Yeah, exactly.
I want to be someone rich, somebody important. You can't do that. You can't do that in the real life.
Yeah, that don't work. Yeah,
it don't work.
That's the you know, they be like, oh, this is fake. No, that ain't fake, but that part was fake.
Yeah.
Because once you find out, you
done.
You done. You can't forget nothing.
All you can do is sell
Hollywood.
out.
Yeah,
Hollywood magic.
that was the Hollywood part right there. They be like, oh, that movie fake. No, the Hollywood part was him telling him, oh, I don't want to remember nothing.
What happened? He ended up getting killed.
That part was real. They got that part right.
That was like the Judas.
Yep.
Pretty
exactly.
much.
That's what it was. Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, you see that? So this thing, you know, there's no forgetting that once you win it, bro, like, you know, the sorrows and it's all gonna stay with you, whether you stay in the truth or not. Yep. Everything you learned thus far.
That's very true.
You want to go back to the world? Go back to the world. The doors are open. Go back to the world. But everything you learned in the truth will haunt you forever.
Yep. Hey, you remember when he used to see me in Walmart? What he used to do? He'd see me.
Okay. That's what I was going to talk about. Conspiracy.
As soon as he used to see me. Yeah.
So I seen it. I think I told you, brothers. I seen him the other day.
Yeah,
Some dude that used to be in the camp years ago, right back 2015 maybe. I seen him at the Publix, and we locked eyes, and he was waiting in line. I'm walking towards the aisle, and he did one of these. He saw me. He just sunk down in the aisle, bro. I was like, God damn, Jake. Hey, but what does the scripture say? Count the cost, or what happens? They begin to mock you. Because he didn't count the cost. He was man enough to admit it that it wasn't for him, but he didn't count the cost at the end of the day.
Lord's like have mercy on him.
But another point I want to hit on is about counting the cost is another point of the Matrix. You know, people are seeing it. You know, they seeing the truth. Like the people that watch the videos, they're flagging the video. Because whenever you flag a video, somebody got to go in there and watch it. That means that using it as the Matrix, comparing it to the Matrix. What happens is the machine, so to say, they got to come see, And what is happening with these people? They need counselors because they're bugging out. Because they're not ready for the truth. The pill was forced down their throat, and now there's no going back.
Yeah, it's forced.
So they're getting paid to watch the videos, and now there's actual counselors being set up for them. You know, because that pill was shoved down their throat, and they can't go back now.
Yeah, they weren't meant to take that.
Whether
pill.
you believe it or not, you found out.
You weren't supposed to see that.
You
video,
found out that you just nothing but a battery, but in the Matrix, man.
And that's the power of truth.
Yep.
It's gonna go in there. It's gonna f stuff up, man. When they get in there, all them lies, it's gonna burn it up. It's wood. Remember?
Yeah,
going back to what we said.
Earlier,
My word shall be like fire, and these people wood. So when they go in, all that wood in there, like into them lies, they just burn it all up, and they bugged out. Like the brothers say, they need counselors now, man.
Yeah.
They maybe they don't go to church off. Now they're trying to go back to church and trying to figure this out.
Be lucky if they leave the house.
They're trying to figure this out there. Hey,
having dreams and nightmares.
Because we came across the videos in the same kind of manner, so to say. But the Lord was dealing with us so we could understand. These people are just watching the videos hour after hour. Let's say they work 8 hours a day. They got to work 8 hours worth of videos. They watch more videos than us. Shit.
Hell yeah.
And really the difference was we was doing this because we was hyped for. We want to see the next week. Binge watching on purpose.
Binge watching. Yeah.
They doing this as a job. Like fuck, man, we got to do this as all damn day.
Another one.
Going back to the Matrix. Wait, when he was learning that shit, he was like, oh, I want more.
Yeah.
Give me more. Like that download. Oh, give me more.
That was us. We're watching videos. Next video. Subscribe.
Yeah.
Bell icon.
Yeah.
Oh, another one. Oh shit. Yo, that's how we were. We wanted more and more. We was getting fed, bro. All because the other men were feeding them. 'cause that was a beautiful time in brothers' lives because we actually were reborn.
Yep.
And we accepted it. We accepted
I got a scripture for you, brothers, real quick. Keep speaking, real
go on.
quick.
And that was real quick. That was like a baby, sucking on a mammy's tit. That's when you get nurtured. That's when you're growing. That's when you need getting all the nutrients. And that, like brother was saying, that's where we were in that stage. Hey, like Samuel L. Jackson said in Django, I missed, like he told Leonardo DiCaprio, I missed you like a baby. He missed mammy titty. That's how we love Sophia, man, which is the scriptures, the milk.
Once we came back to her, bro, it was like, where have you been all my life, babe? We needed that. You got it?
Hey, I got a quick precept for you, real quick. All right, that's gonna go to Revelation 10 and 9, which we read. It says, I went unto the angel and said unto him, and it's gonna tie with the Matrix, right? Give to me the little book, and he said unto me, take it and eat it up, and it shall be in thy belly bitter, but it shall be in thy mouth sweet as honey. Now listen to this. Proverbs, y'all know what I'm talking about when I say it. Proverbs 25 and 16. Proverbs 25 verse 16. Hast thou found honey? Eat so much as it was sufficient for thee, lest thou be filled therewith and vomited.
Gonna blow.
You see?
So it's sweet. So you gotta pace yourself in this truth.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
You can't just jump head first into it.
Like a baby. A baby don't just grab a bottle of big ass boot of milk and just drink that. Nah, it's sucking on the teeth.
Yeah, they eat chicken
Little
nuggets.
milk.
Yeah.
I can't remember it sucking on the teeth, but I know a gallon of milk ain't coming out of that mother. It's slow. Take it easy, So how much more the honey? How much, and then that's why the scripture talks about going from the milk and then to the meat.
And baby throw up all the time.
Yeah,
because
exactly.
they don't know how to pace themselves.
Yeah, exactly. So you gotta burp them.
Yeah.
You see? And then sometimes brothers gotta get burped. Hey,
Sorry, brother.
start over again.
You know?
Go back.
Let's try again.
Need some understanding of that.
Yeah, that's real talk though. That's real talk. More
Verse
than
10.
Hey, but I'd rather be burped than just throw up everything. The burp, they just throw up a little bit. And it happens, sometimes you go in too deep. But it's a learning process. But hey, that's why you gotta go all things, or what is it? How to say? Moderation, kind of water. Yeah, all things in moderation. You gotta take
Too much honey is bad.
They ain't sitting at the computer all day watching videos that bug y'all.
Yeah, bug your
Hence
ass
them
out.
people watching the YouTube videos, man.
Go listen to music or something. Take a break.
Something.
brother.
Get up.
Yeah.
Go for a walk.
Go play with
Learn
your
something.
kid.
Because anything you do, ultimately, you should lead, in your mind anyway, should lead back to the scripture. So you're gonna learn something regardless.
Too much studying too,
To wear
So you gotta balance yourself out. Otherwise, you're not really doing yourself justice. You're gonna end up screwing yourself over. You're gonna bug yourself out, being over righteous, trying to do all this, and destroy yourself ultimately. Go ahead, bro.
Come. Ready, gone. Verse 10. And I took the little book out of the angel's hand, and I ate it up. And it was in my mouth sweet as honey.
Right.
And as soon as I had eaten it,
So as soon as it went down,
ooh, I got a precept to go there. My belly was bitter. All right,
calm.
sit on that.
sit on that.
When you digest this truth.
Yep.
Just like I said, it's gonna be bitter in your belly. This
When
is
it
some
sets
tough
in,
stuff. Yeah, this is tough stuff to not just understand, but you can understand it but to accept it. It's really,
Exactly.
if your spirit ain't right, this is some tough stuff to accept. That these people are actually evil. All these people are wicked and evil. Like that's a lot for an average person.
Yep.
Go ahead.
Just the understanding of all that. Jeremiah 15 and 16. Thy words were found. Jeremiah 15 verse 16. Thy words were found, and I did eat them. And the word was unto me the joy and rejoicing of my heart. I am called by thy name, O Lord God of hosts.
Yeah, because that's where his heart was at. His heart was on righteousness. So
He ate the words.
He ate the words, and he accepted it. He didn't have a problem with it. He was sincere, and that's all us brothers up here. Lord willing, we those sincere men. We have the same mindset as Jeremiah, right?
Yep.
Okay. So
Was it Jeremiah was a young man? Or was it Isaiah?
it was
Jeremiah.
Jeremiah.
Yeah,
Alright.
he was like 13,
Yeah.
young. Yeah, young.
Let no man despise thy youth.
So this thing that we're involved in, brothers, it's very important. It's delicate. So we take it and we we're easy with it when we're new. But once we started getting a proper understanding, now it's time to what? Let's go out there and start preaching. Go out there and start preaching. Let's go out there and let's find a camp. All right? I need to find a camp in my city. All right? I need to get out there. I believe. I keep hearing that, you got to go on the highways and byways and bid them to the marriage. It's time to do that, So that's what ends up happening if you're really, truly, fully persuaded. If you're fully persuaded and you believe this to be the truth and you hate this world, you want to put this world off and you want to heed on to Yahweh Shem Yahshua, you're going to figure a way to serve Yahweh Shem Yahshua to the best of your ability. Anybody got something?
Yeah, this is Ezekiel chapter 2, or Ezekiel chapter 3. Ezekiel chapter 3, verse 1. Moreover, he said unto me, Son of man, eat that thou findest, eat this roll, and go speak unto the house of Israel.
Ooh, come real quick. Look at that. Same verse, same way he told him to eat it, but right here. And he said unto me, thou must prophesy again before many peoples and many nations. So pretty much he ate it, and he had to go speak. So
Spirit,
just to bring that
speculating. Ezekiel is John the Revelator, man. He got the same visions. He said the same things throughout the couple. I mean, that's just us.
Daniel, we used to say
Oh, Daniel,
yeah.
yeah.
Daniel.
Okay, Daniel, yeah.
But the point the brother making, that they did the same thing. They ate the roll, and they went out and spoke. Just two examples. So clear that up. Daniel, so nobody don't.
And that's spiritually, it's respect. What's the word? Extrapolation.
Extrapolation.
That's what
just so brothers don't try to quote the brother. Try to.
Back in Ezekiel 3 and 2. So I opened my mouth, and he caused me to eat that roll. And he said unto me, Son of man, cause thy belly to eat, and fill thy bowels with this roll that I give thee. Then did I eat, and it was in my mouth as honey for sweetness. And he, so that's the point there. It was in his mouth as honey for sweetness. It don't say in the next verse that how it got better for him.
He accepted it.
If you read the book,
that's why you got precept upon precept.
Exactly.
Right? It's a collection.
More likely it ended up being bitter at one point, but the point was is that it was sweet to him. This is
that's
the
why
word
he
of God.
kept eating.
Yeah.
And that's why we kept eating. It was sweet, but it came a time where that's when you fully digest the truth, man. You feel, because you can hear about prophecies, but you're not digesting it. You're not letting it, marinate in the stomach, so to say. But eventually, when it hits, when you realize, oh shit, you know what? You go through a different experiences, you start to realize, oh shit, you know what? This shit ain't all lollipops and rainbows, cotton candy.
Psalms, brothers know I'm going to. Psalms 116, back to brother real quick, and 10. I believe, therefore have I spoken. All right, what? Eating, and going out and speak. He went out and spoke. Ezekiel went out and spoke. He ate, went out and spoke. John the Revelator ate. He went out and spoke.
All right, read the next verse real quick. This is Ezekiel 3 and 4. And he said unto me, well, let me read 3 again. And he said unto me, Son of man, cause thy belly to eat, and fill thy bowels with this roll that I give thee. Then did I eat it, and it was in my mouth as honey for sweetness. And he said unto me, Son of man, go, get thee unto the house of Israel, and speak with my words unto them.
So Psalms 116 and 10. I believed, therefore have I spoken.
So wait, believe the words that the Lord is telling you. Because you got to ultimately believe them. Because ultimately the Lord speaks through his prophets. If you don't believe what the Lord's conveying unto you, you ain't going to speak it. You know what I'm saying? Because the Lord's going to send it to you to speak. Because when we come out here, we didn't premeditate none of this. We didn't sit down like teachers do with an agenda and this and that. But we're going to plan out the week. We're going to plan out the lesson for the week. Now we just come out here and let the Lord speak. But we believe it. That's why we're able to speak it. Go ahead.
Yep. I believed, therefore, that's why he say, therefore, have I spoken. I was greatly afflicted. On to that bitter again.
That's when the true afflictions come. When you come into this truth, you know. Yeah, we catch hell in the world too beforehand. But when you come into this truth, when you come into this truth, you know, you taste it, it's sweet in your mouth, and then when that sucker settles in, and then the real bitterness comes in, that's when now you gotta, you might have to break up with your girl because your girlfriend's tripping. You know, she don't accept what you're doing now. She thinks you're bugged out. Now you're butting heads with her. All right, or you know, you lose your job because they find you got too over righteous at work or some shit.
Because you know you can read the scripture how the scriptures say that the world's gonna hate you, but until the world hates you, and people start hating you, you ain't gonna understand what that means
until it's digested.
Yeah, exactly. Then you're like, fuck.
I can't talk to anybody about it. You try to share it.
It's bitter, man.
Yeah, because you want to share it. Once you get to, you want to share it with everybody because it's such great knowledge. But once you realize there ain't nobody fucking with it. And now they're looking at you like you a wicked demon.
It's a weirdo.
Are you racist? Are you a racist now? You know what I'm saying? Like, damn, I didn't mean to. You know, but yeah, it's rough, bro. You know, you gotta figure out a balance between it. And it gets real rough in the beginning. You know, and then even when you a little seasoned this thing, you still have to kind of deal with the health because the Lord tests us all the time. All right, catching afflictions is this thing. All right, and we know what it is. But at the end of the day, it's something we still have to endure. We have to get through all the afflictions that the Lord throws at us. Otherwise, we're not worthy of His kingdom. You know? So this is a beautiful thing for us to go through it. There is beautiful things in the scriptures that we know, you know, just us, you know, congregating right here. This is a beautiful thing. Albeit it'd be once a week. But, you know, this is, I live for this. You know, I can speak for all brothers. You know, this is a beautiful time of the week. We
just like people live to come out here on Saturday, go to the bars, go to the stores, go to whatever the hell they got going on here. We live for this. Come out here right along with you people. But what? With the bitterness, you know.
Yeah, but yeah. You ain't the bitter.
We're the bad news bears.
Here they are.
Hey, where's that? When affliction came endured for.
That's in
Matthew somewhere. Yeah, if you can get that, you know, just.
Yeah. We'll start wrapping up so good.
I figured exactly where it's at. That'll go what we're talking about.
I'd probably find it faster.
I got you. I know where it is. Oh, I know how the keyword is.
Yeah, you know, because, you know, really honestly, you know, the Lord, again, it all goes about who the Lord, say again?
Yeah, that's probably where it's
they got
at.
different, they got different ones.
Yeah.
In each, you know, each
different account.
Gospel,
Okay,
yeah,
gospel,
different
yeah.
accounts, different. You know, so
I remember that.
You might be right.
It's there. Up. It's in there.
Matthew 13.
13. Yeah, if you get it.
Yeah, I did.
Probably get that real quick. We'll go into that.
This is Matthew chapter 13. And I'm gonna start at 18. Matthew 13 and 18. This is Matthew 13 and 18. Says, "Hear ye therefore the parable of the sower. When anyone heareth the word of the kingdom and understandeth it not, then cometh the wicked one, and catcheth away that which was sown in his heart. This is he which received seed by the wayside." You want to talk about this beginning, brother?
Oh, okay. I want to hit a point.
Okay.
Oh yeah. Con, see, so, what you call it? So, was it a wicked one will come in and take away which that was the soul?
That's somebody that just come up and then something happens.
Distracted.
Just pretty much.
Because it happens all the time. We see it happen a lot being in this thing. You know, someone will come inquire. We start going into a lesson, trying to break it down for the man, and then all of a sudden a huge siren truck come, or their phone will ring.
And next thing you know, they're gone.
or a scoffer will come up and drive him away. You know, a scoffer will come up and start driving away. Now he gets annoyed and he just slowly backs away and leaves. Yeah. And so everything that was sowed in this man's heart, you know, is taken away now.
And that's, I'll read it again. This is he which received seed by the wayside. Verse 20. But he that received the seed into stony places, the same as he that heareth the word, and anon with joy received it. Yet hath he not root in himself, because it was a stony place.
So stony,
you know? It says, but he that received the seed into stony places, the same as he that heareth the word, and anon, I don't know why it says anon, I don't know what's the word supposed to be there.
Yeah, that's 16 and 11.
Yeah. And anon with joy received it. Yet, verse 21, yet hath he not root in himself, but dureth for a while.
Yep.
For when tribulation or persecution ariseth because of the word, by and by he is offended.
And we might be coming into those times now. You know, really, you know, because right now, look what's happening. Persecution and everything coming. Are you going to continue to preach the word? You know, because say he endured for what? He endured for a little bit, didn't it?
He said he endured for a while.
A while, yeah. So that
So he
could
was
be
faking
years.
the funk.
Yeah.
Because
You
he
know?
was faking the funk till what the FBI pull up on you.
Yeah.
Then you fold up. he got offended and by and by. Hello, goodbye.
See that?
That's what the scriptures say.
I say for a while.
Because you can't get rooted in no stony ground, bro. You know, you gotta be on the good soil.
Because where the roots gonna go? They're just gonna they're gonna come out of the seed and just gonna
Nutrients.
nothing. They wither away. I mean, because you can throw a seed on the stony ground, it might germinate. Like a little leaf might pop out, but it's only gonna endure for so long, right?
Yeah, even the fowls. Oh, I don't know if you say that, but a bird will come by and pick the shit
Nah, I
up
don't
and
say
eat it.
that here,
You know, but
Yeah, but
a
that's-
bird will even come by and pick it up and eat it because it's not in the ground.
There's no
You know?
protection.
Yeah,
Exactly.
free game. Yeah.
Yeah. Say that.
Here's another guy that's likened to the same person pretty much, but it's different. This is a different seed. It says, I'll read 21 again. This is Matthew 13, verse 21. Yet hath he not root in himself, but dureth for a while. For when tribulation or persecution ariseth because of the word, by and by he is offended. This is a different person now. He also that receives seed among the thorns is he that heareth the word, and the care of this world and the deceitfulness of riches choke the word, and he becometh unfruitful.
And a lot of people get the word these different ways. You know, a lot of people get the word and they're just not fit for the battle.
Yeah, that's your shot. Shawab right here though, the one that it said that he is he that heareth the word, and the cares of this world choke him up, because the cares of this world choke him up.
It outweighed the fruits of life, fruits of the truth. You know, it's like, man, you know, it's just easier for me just to handle my worldly shit than instead of me trying to put off the world and become this preacher. He didn't see himself being a prophet, and ultimately, he wasn't.
Choked up.
He got choked up
by the cares of this world, the deceitfulness.
Faded back into obscurity.
Because it's not. Yeah, he got the cares, but it's the deceitfulness. He got deceived to go back to the world because he thought there's actually something there.
Yep.
He thought there was a life. What he do? What he ended up doing? He went to go pursue his career in welding. Now he back probably living with his mama. You know.
He did one of the Homer Simpsons, you know what I mean, when he just backs into the bush.
Yeah. And then he does that every time he sees us too.
Only thing I like about him is that he was real.
Yeah.
Because I was there when the brother texted him. Right there living with the brother, and he said, I just can't do it how y'all is. I'm not ready. That's beautiful than just coming out here, right?
Faking the fun.
Faking it.
So you waiting for an excuse to get kicked out.
Yeah.
You know, and then the devils, the demons. Nah, man,
And you blaming everybody else. No, you just didn't want to do it.
Yeah, exactly.
You know?
You just looking for the exit route.
He never came back.
Hey, we tell you what exit is. Just don't let the door hit you with a good Lord split your shit or do shit.
That's
Go
the only
ahead,
thing good about him. He was man about it, you know?
I say me.
He realized that he didn't count the cars. That's what it was. He's like, shit, you know what?
Forced himself.
Because he said it out of his own mouth. He said, I can't give it up like you guys did.
Yep.
Those are out of his own mouth. Out of his mouth. Out of the horse's mouth.
Yeah. Say for the horse's mouth.
As far as the dude in DC, I don't know if y'all brothers remember the dude that he started like in trainees.
Yeah, he's in the.
You know, he was never in the camp, but he's on the other side, and he just started saying, yeah, man, those guys in Great Millstone, it was this, they was that, they made me this, they did that, they all kind of excuses instead of just saying that he didn't want to do it.
Yep.
Months later, he like trainees now.
He like laying on his bed, shit.
Yeah, like he laying up with a fucking
Face down on
dude,
the bed.
man.
Oh yeah, that's a good.
You know what I mean? So
On Instagram, flexing with
with a dude, man. So he got bugged out, man. You know, so it's bad, bro. You know, it's bad. Hey, but us laughing is prophecy. We ain't wrong, because it say they begin to mock him that
didn't count the cars.
that didn't count the cause. You know, so come on, bro. If he probably would have left like a G and said, "Oh, the Lord probably would have did a number on him the way he did." Man.
He kind of because that's he ain't up to the vile effects. But at least the dude we talk Shawab we're referring to that was in the camp. He manned up. He couldn't do it, but the Lord is still hold fast to His word. People still mocking him because he I'm sure he was like, he can't eat that. He can't eat this to his family.
He used to tell me those stories because I used to work with the dude. He's like, yeah, my parents eating that shrimp again. I had to get on me and my dad got in an argument the other day.
Let him eat it, man. Fuck it. I'm gonna say nothing.
Meanwhile, this guy wasn't even taking on the cross, bearing the cross. He's trying to tell everybody else to do, and that's why I'm sure they mocking him to this day. I know one thing for sure: his ex-girl is mocking his ass. As 100%.
She's probably still laughing at his dumb ass before she goes to sleep every night. That's simple motherfucker.
But
I told him don't go do that shit.
You got anything else?
Yeah, but that's just all really examples to show you brothers, real life examples, man. Experience.
There's thousands of more examples in other camps, and, throughout the years.
But the beautiful thing is the Lord has shown us examples from the scriptures, so we can be like, oh, see, you read this scripture, and be like, yeah, we went through that. Even
if we didn't go through it, the examples are still written there, and other men have went through it, and we can listen to their testimonies about it, and there's no reason for you not to understand and get this.
Yeah.
So you brothers out here listening, just continue to believe in Yahweh Shem Yahushua. Brothers on the comment board, sisters, whatever the case may be, whoever may be listening, believing, just continue to believe. We're almost done with this. So with that, we're going to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Hashem, Yahushua, Hashem, Rakakadosh. Double honors to our elders and apostles of GMS, Great Millstone, who rule and teach well. Salutations to your brethren out there pushing His word in truth and sincerity. And Mawaf Lamabol.
Shalom.
Get out of here.